Yo, what's up, Legend Z? What is up, man? How are you? How you doing? I never asked you because you got the guy I wanted originally in the draft, Devin Vassell. Were you pleased with that pick? Were you pleased with that? Because obviously that's like the safe 3-and-D guy. What's good, bro? Proud of how much you grown. I appreciate that a lot, Legend. I really do appreciate that. Yo, what's going on, Irish? What's going on, Karam? Yeah, I've been grinding like crazy. I've been shocked with the amount of support. Appreciate it so much, but this Knicks community is just insane. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting the channel as always, Irish. You're a big time Knicks fan, and hopefully this team just at least we're just hopefully we're competitive and show growth throughout the season. But yeah, Karam, how you doing, man? Vassell's gonna be forced just like Bruce Bowen. There's a throwback name. There's a throwback name for sure. Who are your winners and losers in free agency? That's a really good question. Who would be a big time winner to me when it comes to free agency? I know a lot of like I've seen a bunch of articles. It's the Knicks, but this isn't even a good free agency class. In my opinion, the Knicks were actually smart for once going after like those 1-year contracts, making sure we don't overspend or anything. What are we gonna do at point guard? I don't know. We have a million point guards right now. Austin Rivers, we have Frank, Dennis Smith Jr. still on the roster. Picked up the kid from Seton Hall, Miles Powell. Even though Teal Penson, he's a guard. Jeez, like Jared Harper, it's insane. Yeah, the Hawks did have a good one. They got Bogdanovich. I believe that went through. They got Gallinari. I really, I really like what the Hawks did. Speaking of the Hawks, what's going on, Michael, the Hawks fan? How you doing? Yeah, Ingram got paid today. A lot of people are saying he got overpaid. Like if you want a player to be a part of your future, you got to pay him that money. You have to make sure they're happy at the end of the day. And I thought he had a great season, in my opinion. But yeah, how you doing, Michael? If you haven't already sub up Michael, do you think the Sixers will make a move, like make a trade for like James Harden? That's a question. Do you want James Harden? Do you want James Harden? But yeah, Bam Adebayo. I thought that was an interesting one, but I think he's a big time glue guy. If someone contributes to your team in a big time way, you have to pay them that money at some point if they help out your team. What's going on, Cushman? How you doing, man? You're gonna start uploading? You should, man. What's up to you? You can do whatever you want, you know. Who's the starting five so far? All right, what I would do. I know Cushman hates Frank, so he's not gonna like this. I'm not a Dennis Smith Jr. fan. Austin Rivers, I think he's a guy that could contribute off the bench. But point guard, Frank. Shooting guard, RJ Barrett. This is tough because freaking Julius Randle. But if we're putting out like a win now lineup, Alec Burks might be at the 2, then RJ. But if I'm trying to compete, Frank, Alec Burks, RJ, Obi, and then Mitchell Robinson. I thought it might be Knox then. You don't like. I remember like a long time ago you put something on your Snapchat about Frank. Is Danny Ainge sleeping on the job or what? Yeah, I guess he just tried to get too much because he wanted to get Miles Turner, you know? And then he just ended up going to the Hornets. Twitter notification. Knicks added a brand new coach. What's up, Bradley? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Wait, let me see what you say. Gotta scroll up on these. I'm gonna go on my phone and read it. Shout out to the 15 people in here. Yeah, he's really frustrating to watch. What's going on, Jeremy? How are you? I didn't like what the Pistons. They spent their money like crazy. I thought they were moving in the right direction, rebuilding, and then they go out there and freaking sign Plumlee to $23 million, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't. If they're trying to win and compete for an 8th seed this year with Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose, rest in peace, Killian Hayes' career, because I really do like him as a player. If the Hawks get Bogdan, I think you guys are. That's what all the rumors are and everything. Getting Bogdan. Yeah, he's a great shooter, but he's not the greatest defensive player whatsoever. But yeah, Knox is one of the most frustrating players to watch in the NBA. Shout out to the 19 people in here. Thank you so much for being here. What's going on, Alexis? How are you? What do you think the Sixers starting five will be? I remember when they like rolled out the Shake Milton at the one. I don't know if they're doing it this year. Like you don't know. Like I don't know what Doc Rivers is gonna roll with. So I'm actually like not really sure. Um, Pistons signed a bunch of centers and power forwards. Yeah, it was worse than what we did last year, and I don't even think what we did last year was bad because they were like on 1 year contracts. Would you see Giannis going to the Lakers? No, I do not. What's going on, Reese? How are you? How are you, Reese? Hawks might be the sixth seed. I do think they did a good job of like combining. You got to see this is what I want the Knicks to do. They put out all that young talent last year, and you got to see them improve towards the end of the season. You saw Trey Young's efficiency go up. You saw these players get better, and all that. Yes, it didn't equal winning basketball, but then they brought in these veterans that have won. Like Gallinari hasn't won an NBA championship, but he's experienced winning if it's with the Clippers, with the Thunder, that playoff experience, and that's just good because these young players aren't going to learn how to win on their own. From one Knick fan to another, congrats on reaching 1K. My question is, sorry if you covered it, who starts the season, Randall or Obi? I would start Obi. I know Randall right now, you could say maybe he's a better player or he has more experience in the NBA, but it makes no sense. Obi's 22 years old. He's supposed to be this impact right away player. You start Obi Toppin. That's just my opinion. And I think Randall might be upset, but oh well. I'm glad you're doing good, Reese. I appreciate that, Sean. How are you doing, Sean? I remember when you made a video about quitting and that you were down in your life. Glad to see you doing good. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do. You think Ben will be out the one? Yeah, he's definitely a guy. Ben's just a very versatile player. He can't shoot, but he does everything else very good. Do you think Randall's going to be traded? I hope. I really don't care what we trade Randall for. It's just that contract. Trade Randall for Kemba. That's not realistic. How are you doing, Julio? How you doing? What would I think about Derrick Rose? What would I think about that? That would be a nice depth guy off the bench, but I really do like the Tyrese Maxey pick, and I think he's going to run a lot of point guard, even though he was set as a shooting guard. Yes, I am monetized Legend Z. Even though he was set as a shooting guard in college, he did handle the basketball a lot, and I really like that. And I think they're kind of similar players, Tyrese Maxey. I'm not saying he's going to be on the level of Derrick Rose, but a guy that could attack the basket, not the greatest shooter, and I think he actually brings more defensively than Derrick Rose. What's going on, Alex? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that so much. Knox can develop into Brandon Ingram. I don't think so. I don't. Brandon Ingram has a really good footwork and he's very coordinated when he came into the league, and much better defensive player. Brandon Ingram was like a top 3 pick for a reason. Yes, he should sell the team. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. We need a damn. Yeah, can we finally get a damn point guard? Frank's not the answer, but I would just freaking start him because like why not? I'm monetized on here and Noah Cahill. Do you like Kevin Knox starting? He's your favorite player. Well, he has a lot of upside. I'll say this about Kevin Knox. He's a very frustrating player to watch on both ends of the floor. He definitely got his development really like it fell off last year because Marcus Morris was getting all the minutes. Even though Knox was terrible, it's hard when a freaking 19-year-old or coming into the NBA 18 being drafted is getting 36 minutes per game. And then the following year, he gets like 10. That could really mess with someone's confidence, but he does need to get better. He really does. Randall's a bricklayer, but what do you think Frank's role is going to be this season? I don't know if they're going to play him off the ball or as a point guard. I really do think he has a lot of potential in that pick and roll. Mitchell Robinson, we saw how nasty that could be. We saw those flashes, so we'll see. I do like Daryl Morey. He's really added 3-point shooting to that starting lineup. I like the Seth Curry, Danny Green. Even Danny Green got a lot of hate last year. He shot 35, 36% from 3. Yeah, the Knicks should sign Michael. It was more frustrating to watch for you as a Knicks fan. Bobby Portis is gone, so I don't care. But Julius Randle, but Bobby Portis took terrible shots. Clutch people, have you heard that LeBron James trying to add young? LeBron trying to add everyone. People forget how young our players. Yeah, they're really young. Heady. I thought Knox would be a poor man's KD. Yeah, that summer league really messed with a lot of Knicks fans. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot, Cowboy. Wait, I want to see if like the super chat thing is up. I want to see if that super chat thing is up. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't see Knox responding well to Tibbs style play. Yeah, this really shows if Knox is truly very soft. Like, even though like Thibodeau preaches defense, Karl Anthony Towns didn't respond to it well. Oh, the super chat is up. It is up. Well, I'm a big time Knicks fan, and there's a lot of Knicks fans in this community. So, Noah, what videos are you gonna keep posting on this? But yeah, I'll do some broad NBA as well. If you have any suggestions, I'll do some Spurs videos, like what I think Devin Vassell could bring to you guys. Warriors trying to trade for DeRozan. Is that real, or that's like a suggestion? Yeah, Portis did light up the Bulls. The answer to the point guard problem is addition by subtraction. Clean up the clutter, commit to 2 point guards, and let them develop. Yeah, we have so many point guards right now. Yo, Heedy, thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't have to super chat that, man. He said it's up, LOL. Well, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'll do the one this weekend because I have break. Literally, tomorrow's my last day. Then it's Thanksgiving break, and I already had my Thanksgiving early. So, but yeah, thank you so much, Heedy. You didn't have to do that. But shout out to the 39 people. I will do a Devin Vassell video for you. Remind me on Instagram. DM me, okay? That's crazy. I literally subbed at like the start of the. Well, it's all because of you. It's all because of you guys. But yeah, Alexis, you're a great sub as well. I remember you came and I was like, well, this is the next channel for you, and you stuck with me since then. So thank you so much. I personally don't think we'll get the 8th seed. I think there are teams better than us. The Hawks and the Magic may get that 8th seed, to be honest. Like, we have talent, but our team's way too young, in my opinion, and we need to solve that point guard problem. And, like, I don't think we have, like, it depends if RJ plays a 3. We'll see. Yeah, you're very loyal, Legendsy, and I really do appreciate it, man. If you haven't already, sub up Legendsy. Who do you want? Do you want another shooter? You want more depth? Because that was a problem last year with the Sixers' depth, you know? I don't know about viral, but I appreciate it, Jeremy. Do I think the Nets can make the finals? Well, the Nets did one thing right, and hopefully they don't do it. They didn't trade for James Harden, which is a great thing because that's just ruining the depth. Joe Harris, people were like, Joe Harris getting paid way too much money. They're freaking like they're competing for a championship. It doesn't matter, and he's very valuable to them. But they have too much depth with Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, Joe Harris. Like you don't trade those guys for James Harden, who I think isn't a championship. Like can go on to win a championship player. Would you trade away Randall if the return is underwhelming? I would give up Randall for anything. That's kind of joking around. I would like to get something back, but still, it's all NBA channel. Yeah. Let's go get Ben Simmons. Was Julius Randle. Damn, just subbed that. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, check out Legendsy. Thoughts on Cousins to the Rockets? Well, they got him on a very cheap deal. I thought they would like rebuild. I didn't get that move whatsoever. I guess they're thinking Harden's gonna stay, but Christian Wood, Cousins there, like they're in a weird direction as a basketball team right now. Like, if I'm a Rockets fan, I would not be happy with the way that team is being managed right now. Remember, RJ operates as his best as a playmaker. He is an underrated playmaker. The thing coming out of the draft was he was a very ball-dominant guy. But yeah, he started off as a point guard with the Spurs. He dropped like 23, and he played well in his NBA debut, but there wasn't film on him. I found you during the bubble searching for a lot. Yeah, and I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do. You think lack of experience coaching or GMing hurts the Nets? That's a good question. They did add Mike D'Antoni for some assistance to help out Steve Nash. I think they're really going to relate to the players, but it all comes down to the philosophy, you know? What should we do at point guard? Draft one next year. And it's okay if we don't get a top 3 pick. That draft's going to be deep all the way to 20. I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone. This thing is just flowing. I try to read everyone's comments, so I apologize. Let me upload this thumbnail real quick. So it's not on my ugly face. Harden's not going to stay because how would you just decline $50 million in the biggest contract in NBA history? Pistons not. They're too young with Suku, Killian. If they start Blake Griffin and Derek, oh gosh, that team's so weird. I don't get what they did at all. Lonnie Walker is underrated. He's a very athletic player, and I like his story. Shout out from Argentina. Well, what's up, Argentina? How are you doing? Do I think what about the Sixers? Bro, I'm from Spain. You're amazing. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do. Shout out to Spain. What do you think our chances are we get Russell Westbrook? They're really slim. We were very interested in Russell Westbrook, and now we're not anymore. Yo, Reese, thank you so much for your $10 super chat. You didn't have to do that at all, man. Thank you so much for the great amount of support. I hope you're doing well. And let's go Knicks. Thank you so much, Reese. I really do appreciate that. Never have to super chat, but you being here in general is already just amazing. No, Alexis is a Knicks fan. I'm a Seton Hall fan. I love the Miles Powell signing. Yeah, he was a freaking beast, and You can't really take a look at his efficiency when it came to past season because he didn't play the full season, because of the COVID. It cut it short. That's why Patrick Williams, I didn't think was a bad pick. He was starting to really turn it on. You could say he was a reach, but if they liked him, they liked him. This is a weak draft. You could afford to so-called reach in this draft. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Emmanuel Quickly? Do you guys like the Emmanuel Quickly pick? I think we picked him a little too high, but it is later in the draft. But what are your guys' thoughts on that? I thought we should have drafted. We could have got Tyrell Terry and then had Quickly with the next pick. In my opinion, I was a big Tyrell Terry guy. I thought we needed a point guard, and if he didn't work out, he didn't work out. It was a later pick. You love Quickly. Yeah, he's definitely an impact right away player. I could freaking shoot that hell out of the basketball. Randall for Terry Rozier. I wouldn't mind that. I made a video and my thoughts on that, my latest video. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't forget how to shoot a basketball when he comes to the Knicks, Wait, do you agree Randall for Batum? Yeah, Batum does have great shooting of the basketball. Wait, let me upload this thumbnail and I'll catch up with the comments. I apologize, y'all. Quickly highlights look nice. He has a very smooth shot. Shot 92% from the charity stripe and 42% from three. That doesn't happen by accident. Yeah, he went like 31, but like the pick we had Quickly, he didn't go yet. Who do you think will be better in their prime, Ben Simmons or Ja Morant? That's a very good question. I'm a big Ja Morant guy. I think he has more potential from downtown, or at least the confidence from downtown. But Ben Simmons does. They're both great players at the end of the day. Batum is washed, but he won't be ball dominant and take the ball out of RJ's hands. Tyrell Terry and Jalen Brunson backcourt when Luka's at the bench will be good. Yeah, they needed bench players. Like when Luka and Porzingis were out, they just freaking were terrible. Yeah, our free throw percentage was awful last year. Yeah, we got SEC Player of the Year. I remember Miles Powell won an award as well. Obi did. We got some very good, talented guys, but to make impacts right away. But the growth of RJ and the way the Knicks are being run, you think we could be a contender 2 to 3 seasons? Well, you just made a really key point with like if it can consistently stay ran the right way. It's all about stability. You can't fire Tom Thibodeau if we have one bad season. We need stability. Do you think we make another move? Well, hopefully we trade Dennis Smith Jr. or Randall. We'll see what happens. Since the Nuggets lost Mason Plumlee and just signed Bol to a full contract, do you think he's going to get good minutes this year as a backup center? I'll tell you what, I love the direction the Nuggets are moving in as a basketball team. They got RJ Hampton. They're set right now to compete and in the future. It's deadly. Did you watch the OB? I have not. Should I check it out? What is going on with Mike Conley? Yeah, I heard we're interested in trading for him, but I'm not sure if that's a thing anymore. Miles Powell won Big East Player of the Year. Yes, he did. He's a pure scorer. He's a dog. He's not afraid of the big moment. That's the big thing with Miles Powell. We have 2 picks. Yes, we do. We have whatever pick we end up having this year. Depends how good or bad we are. And then we have the Mavericks pick. The growth of RJ and Mitch are, yeah, we need to see that big leap. We need to have that big step forward. Got to. But yeah, shouts to 51 people in the chat. You guys are absolutely amazing. Like, well, we have some news. Ryan broke off. Wasn't he with the Mavericks at one point? Who was he like latest? Like, what was the team he was latest with? Has signed with the Sixers. So there you go. I believe he's a pretty solid shooter. He's going to the Sixers. Ryan broke off. Yeah, I appreciate that so much, Danny. I've seen you comment on my videos. Thank you so much for the great amount of support, man. How are you? Still see Gibson coming back? I don't think so. Our roster's like being filled like crazy. They took Conley off the table. You'll think RJ Barrett is good. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think like it all comes down to how bad he wants to be good, I think he could be good. Don't know if he'll be great, He'll have to really show me something. Our spacing is terrible. Who would you guys start at point guard? I want to ask you guys that question. In hindsight, do you think we could have got better? Return for Porzingis at this point, the way Porzingis has been injury prone, but Desmond Jr. sucks. Getting that freaking lottery pick for him could be pretty damn valuable if we trade up with, because we're not going to be good this season. With the Mavericks pick, we could trade up and get a very valuable player. At the end of the day, we have to move forward. We have Obi Toppin now, so he's our future of the 4, hopefully. But there you go. Are the Knicks trying to get Thaddeus Young? Seeing the upcoming draft. I'm not sure. I might be Drawing a blank there. Alfred Payne, I'd start Frank, Payton, Rondo. You want Rondo. That's interesting. Didn't the Lakers re-sign him, though? What picks could we get for taking on Mike Conley? I'm not sure. That's a very good question. Austin Rivers. He's definitely a guy, like, he's not the greatest of player, but he plays hard. He has a lot of like, a lot of people roast him, but he plays very hard. Yeah, that scares me. I don't want Randall starting though. Like Obi, I have a video set to release on him. Actually, I won't spoil the video, you know. Oh, the Hawks. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good depth guy. Trae Young sucks at defense. Rondo can teach him defense. Everybody bashing Julius Randle, Frank Ntilikina, but none of them are not going anywhere. They're going to work with Julius Randle no matter what Knicks fans say. Ntilikina works with anyone, in my opinion. He's a very unselfish player. We just need him to be more aggressive. The only person getting in his way is himself and kind of the coaching. When he makes one simple mistake, he gets freaking taken out of the game. Okay, I got you, man. I got you. Clutch, where would you wait? Where would you think the next expansion team for the NBA is going? Well, you just saw freaking the Well, they're not expansion, but the Raptors just went to Tampa Bay. That's interesting, right, guys? But I want Seattle back. I really do want Seattle back. This Supersonics. Never got to see those days, sadly. Well, Westbrook was drafted by them, but he never played a game with the Supersonics because they became the Thunder right after. Julius Randle will start and improve under Tibbs. See, this is the thing. Julius Randle's a very talented basketball player, and you can coach players a lot, but you can't coach instincts. You can't coach like, yes, you could tell someone to do something, right? But they may not see what you're talking about at the end of the day. Can't coach confidence. You can't coach instincts. If you know what I mean. That didn't come out the way I wanted. Seattle has a demand, so probably Seattle. Randle and Obi's close to 50 points. I could see he's moving Randle at the deadline. Could we just move him for anything? I have no idea who we'll trade for. If we do trade Randle, it might be to the Hornets. Would you guys mind Malik Monk? Would you want like Malik Monk? A lot of people talked about Malik Monk. You guys have to develop your players. You Knicks fans act like RJ Barrett has to be Giannis or yeah, Giannis is a very rare breed. We just need RJ to be solid. We need him to be just good. We need to change the narrative of giving up on players. We need stability in this organization too. Tom Thibodeau sucks 2 years. You got to give him a max 3 years, unless it's really bad, like Fizdale bad. But yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure who we would trade for. If we do trade, it's going to be Dennis Smith Jr. and Randall. Any teams trying to offload big contracts. Yep. Terry Rozier might be one of them because they got LaMelo now. And Devontae Graham is probably their future too. When do the Raptors announce they're moving to Tampa Bay? Because I've heard it on the sports news here in Miami as well. I'm not sure if they're official, but I saw they are going to Tampa Bay. Well, I played college ball, so I know Tibbs will be able to coach Randall. Coach Miller got Randall to take a 2-step dribble to the basket, so don't tell me. Damn, boy. Giannis wasn't Giannis for – well, yeah, Giannis was a guy that took a lot of time to develop, you know. What's his name? Fran Fraschilla. He's like a freaking stud when it comes to covering international players. He was hit the nail right on the head when it came to Giannis, the development. Do you think KD will still be in the top 4? I think a lot of people, well, it's hard to say right now coming off the injury because that's a serious injury. Still one of the greatest players in the NBA. It's just he got a lot of hate because he went to the Warriors. I would have been happy with Leonardo Bomoro. To be honest, he's a good playmaker. Yeah, he's a good defensive player, but his offense is just pure awful. And he has a contract overseas, so he may not even be in the NBA this year. He has a contract actually for the next 4 years. I would take Monk, Zeller's expiring contract, and a second-round pick. I'd roll with that, to be honest with you. We can't trade Randall. We need him now. Our front court is light without Taj and Portis. Make a good point. I just wish Randall – I don't think Randall would accept a roll off the bench, and especially the way he's being paid. It sucks. Poku's is wearing number 17 on Thunder. There you go. He's definitely a guy that can't step day one into the NBA. He's going to be in the G League and develop. Tibbs runs a small rotation, so some player. This is true. This is true. Fizdale screwed, but hopefully he changes that. Fizdale screwed Randall trying to make him a playmaker. Yeah, he had him dribbling up the ball and stuff. It's just Fizdale just he was just awful. It was sloppy. Everything was sloppy. He had no good philosophy. With the trades falling through with Bogdanovich, even with Drew Holiday going to Milwaukee, does he want to stay there or do you think he goes to Miami? I think Giannis is so loyal to the Bucks, to be honest. I think he might stay there his whole career. You may call me crazy, but I really do think that. Yeah, I hope we get Cade Cunningham, but I'm okay if we don't get the first pick because this is a deep draft. They took Mike Conley off the table. My starting five, Alfred Payne, RJ. You have Mitchell Robinson, Obi. Wait. I think you put 6 players there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You put 6 players there. You could type that again if you want. At the deadline, you can get more value for them at the trade deadline. We're going after Tom Thibodeau's head if he starts. Gosh, we just need Randall gone. Topping camp. Yeah, he's not good enough defensively to play the 3. The people that want to play him at the 3, he's not good enough defensively to play the 3. Like, if he couldn't guard collegiate 4s, he can't guard small forwards in the NBA, you know? Who do you think will start and be in the rotation this year? It's hard to say at the point guard position, but RJ, Obi should start. We drafted him to be an impact right away player. We didn't draft him for what he can be. This isn't a Kevin Knox. This isn't a Frank Ntilikina pick. There's no patience. He's not a puppy dog. He puts up or shuts up, you know? But he's a rookie. He's going to learn, though. 1K, oh my God, I've been here since you started this channel. Well, I appreciate that a lot, Kate, and I really do. I made a video on your Hawks. I like what your Hawks are doing. Frank looks stronger and really promising. Hope he stays healthy. Yeah, we said this last year, though. Hopefully he produces if he gets an opportunity. Randall, DSJ, Bullock, and a first-round pick for Russ and PJ Tucker. Is that enough? DSJ, Bullock, and a first. Oh, first. I'm not giving up that first. I don't want Westbrook personally. What is your honest comparison for Cade Cunningham? Cade Cunningham. I love how you did that because for me, it reminds me a little bit of a mixture of Lonzo Ball and LaMelo. I've heard the comparison's been Ben Simmons. He's a good athlete. He's a very smart player. Like, his instincts are insane. I'm not a big comparisons guy, but he's just a very smart basketball player and very disciplined out there on the court. Star Knock, he's a potential with better coaching. We'll see. Frank is way too soft offensively. Definitely needs to be way more aggressive. Randall could be better with the new head coach. We'll see a few days from now, hopefully. So you guys are okay with Obi at the 3? Like, you guys are okay with that? I don't think he's a 3. I think he'd be absolutely exposed even more defensively. Because you guys are really trusting his 3-point shot if put him at the 3. I think he has the handle. It's the defense that really scares me. Yeah, he does. He's getting paid all that money. Like I said in my video, I don't think he'll be okay with coming off the bench. A chucking point guard won't be okay on this team. Yeah, man. Yeah, Thaddeus Young. I think that's what you meant to say earlier or someone else. Yeah, in the NBA, there's no freaking positions, but still, when you have that bad of footwork defensively, it's really scary. Like, people are like, Tibbs is automatically going to coach him and he's automatically going to get better defensively. That's not the case. Karl-Anthony Towns was coached by Thibodeau. He didn't get better defensively. I agree. He has to play the 4. You guys agree with me? What's going on? Welcome back, Alexis. My starting 5 is Frank, RJ, Knox, Obi, Mitch. Okay, so you're going with the whole young group. So you're pretty much like, just let these guys learn and develop for the whole year and just don't pull them after making any mistakes because we're not winning anything this year, if we're being honest. Obi's basically Amari. I don't think Amari, like, Obi has some things in his game you guys are going to be shocked about when you see him on the court. He could actually perform off the dribble. And he's more 3-point potential than Amari Stoudemire, in my opinion. But the defense, yeah, and the athleticism. I'm sorry, man. The comments are going crazy fast. Randall, I'll read it. If you could retype it, I'll scroll back. Randall's really going to help Obi and Barrett. He has – wait. Really going to help. I guess you meant the opposite because you said he has to go. He is an underrated passer, Obi. He really is. But I just hate defensively. He plays 2 up in the pick and rolls. It really scares me. Who's getting cut from the rotation during training camp? That's a good question. Wait, what are you guys' thoughts on Amari Spellman? I was excited about that, and then I found out that he had mental problems and that he didn't want to be with the Timberwolves. So he might be in that case. We'll see what happens. But I think he is talented. I liked him out of Villanova. I also like that Frank, RJ Knox, Obi Mitch will be fun to watch, even if we lose games. Yeah, because they get to learn. We know this isn't a winning year, you know. What would have been your ideal offseason? Well, this wasn't a big free agency class, so I didn't really have an ideal offseason, you know. I love Jacob Evans. He plays hard. He's like a G League player to me, though. I don't know if he'll make the team. If Julius does not get traded, I think RJ. No, he won't be traded, but RJ might waste RJ. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy we didn't overpay for him. I'll make a point though. I didn't want Gordon Hayward, but the Hornets are a small market, so they definitely had to pay a lot for Hayward. Top and shooting potential getting too overhyped. Yeah, I agree, but I'm saying he has the stroke from the outside. I know he only attempted 2.6 a game though, but he did have some like big time bricks. I know what you're saying. Do you watch Knicks media? Yeah, I do. He has a nice channel. I like his input. He's a Jets fan. I know that. Miles Powell from Seton Hall. I like him. Would some Knicks fans want to start Miles Powell? That'd be a great story, undrafted to being like our franchise point guard. But he's a dog. That's what he is. He's not afraid of the big moment. He's clutch too. Remember, he had a big clutch shot against Kentucky, and I think it was on quickly. Leon Rose the go. He's definitely made some made some moves out of the box that have been very smart. Alec Burks needs to be the starter. If we're trying to win and compete, yes, Alec Burks should be the starter. Congrats for the 1K subs, by the way. You deserve more. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. Like, you guys just being here is just amazing. Well, I appreciate that, man. Who? Who, Bodo? My starting five, Alfred Payton. I think you accidentally just typed one. It's okay. You can retype it, man. But I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. Yeah, he's a very ball dominant player. He's a bucket getter. He definitely is. That's the thing that scares me. He might be like an Alonzo Trier, but he's from Trenton, which is like an hour or two from me, which is like really cool. So a lot of people know about him here. What are we planning to do with all these second rounders? I think it might be a combination of trading for some players or trading up in some future drafts, you know? Yeah, I didn't want Westbrook. That was a smart move. That was a patience move. And if this was the old Knicks, we would have traded for Westbrook. It's looking slow for Iggy getting any burn, unfortunately. Yeah, he might just be a summer league player. He can get buckets, but it's not crazy fast. There's nothing really special about him, but he might be a nice role player. He can get buckets. I think we honestly just drafted him to keep RJ happy, to be real. I would have overpaid for Fred VanVleet. We need. See, I don't blame you guys. Like with that whole Fred VanVleet thing, because I said to MH, who's a big time Knicks fan from Manhattan, yes, Fred VanVleet, you could say we so-called overpaid, but he would be better than any point guard we've had the last 10 years, if we're being completely real. So is it really overpaying? Because we've been that desperate at the point guard position, you know? Miles Powell is my favorite signing. He should play a backup 2 role. Yeah, because he's very ball dominant. He's not a great playmaker. As a Raptors fan, development, yeah, you know all about the development. I love Nick Nurse. I love your organization. Like, you guys do it too. Perfection. But how you doing, Anthony? He says, as a Raps fan, development will be crucial for these young Knicks players. Great examples are Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. And another great thing is Nick Nurse, he gets these very solid players, or kind of unknown guys, and plays these players throughout their strengths. Like, the problems with the Knicks have always been not playing these players throughout their strengths, and it would always piss me off. Yeah, that is a lot of money, but if he could be our point guard in the future, that'd be amazing. But he is young. He's like 26. But I know what you're saying. I get both arguments. The Knicks have potential. I like the optimistic side, but I think the Magic or Hawks got that, because the Hawks got the veteran leadership of Rajon Rondo, Gallinari, and they have the young talent. They're going to take another step up. We'll see. And the Magic are always in there, you know. There are a lot of Julius Randle haters in chat when he was Knicks' best scorer. Yeah, Julius Randle is a great scorer. I just don't think he fits his team. He's a talented player. Anyone that says he's not talented, in my opinion, I don't know what to tell you. He's a talented basketball player, just does not fit this team. Cade Cunningham, like I said, don't be upset if we don't get that first pick. This is a deep draft, as long as we come out with a point guard. I know Cade is listed as a point guard in 2021, but with the tape I've watched so far on him, he's more of a combo. Well, we'll see what he does in college. You can't really look at high school, you know, yet. But wait, is today Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday, right? I think Cade plays tomorrow. No, he plays tomorrow for Oklahoma State. Who's going to be the top seed in the East? Might be the Bucks again. I really like what they did. Really do like what they did. I agree. Can you see Kevin Knox being better this year? Depends if he gets an opportunity. But he hasn't like added any moves to his arsenal. That's what scares me. He looks like the same player. He needs to add a step back. He needs to add a Euro step. Cade is a point guard in the way Ben Simmons is also a point, but he could shoot, right? Fred VanVleet is small and isn't a great finisher at the rim. That is a good point. I believe he shot like 40-something% at the rim, which is scary. Unless we're willing to throw 35 mil, he's always going back to Toronto. Good point. Would you make a trade offer to the Pelicans for Lonzo Ball? I wouldn't hate it. He's not a great finisher at the rim. Shoots 45% from the free throw line. He got better from downtown, but he was terrible when he went to the bubble. Great passer, good defensive player. It's kind of like what Frank is. I know a lot of people are going to be like, Frank isn't the passer of him, but Frank's like a lighter version. He's kind of like a Walmart version of Lonzo. But I don't know, man. We should go after Ben Simmons. What would you give up? Like, you give up the whole young core? It is. It's supposed to be very deep. What's going on, YB Jelly? How you doing, man? Is there still a possibility we get Lonzo Ball or even surprisingly trade for Zach? I want to trade for Zach LaVine. Do you think there's at least one more move? Honestly, think we're done making moves. I hope we get rid of Julius Randle, Dennis Smith Jr. though. What record do we have? Well, there's only 72 games this upcoming season, but I'll say this. I'm not going to say it's just James Dolan's fault, but we need stability, and we have to prove we have a winning culture, and we need RJ to become that next big-time guy. If RJ doesn't take that step up, Mitch, we need RJ to take that big leap because, stars are attracted by that. They're attracted by stability, well-run organization. If we could look like a decent-run organization, we might be in the run, but I don't think we're going to get a big star, to be completely honest with you. He is one-dimensional, and it could have been the system. Randall, if we keep him, should be better this year. Morris was a black hole. He's gone. We have better coaching. But you don't think Randall's a black hole? Can we trade Mitch for a good piece? Noel could fill in Mitch's role. Some people have Noel starting over Mitch. That's really interesting. Yeah, we do need patience for once. A lot of people are like, patience. We've been bad. Well, we've never built this team the right way since the freaking 90s. Yeah. We aren't getting any top free agents. Even if we get a good season, we have to forget about getting stars. Yeah, build throughout the draft. Get these solid guys of free agency. You think Ben Simmons would be horrible with RJ? That's interesting. What Leon is doing with using the cap to get assets via taking on bad contracts. Yeah, I don't remember last time we've done that, to be completely honest. Randall is still young, I'll say that. He really is young. He's talented. Just gets in his own way. Can't have two black holes on one team. I agree. We need to really pass the basketball and play unselfish basketball. That's how you win championships. Clutch for you. Who was the steal of the draft in the first round this year? For me, it's Precious. I was a big fan of Precious at U1. The Celtics getting him or Jalen Green. I'm a Desmond Bane guy. I like Tyrell Terry. Thought Aaron Naismith was very good value for the Boston Celtics, but I do like Precious at U1. He has potential to shoot the three ball. Did it go in a lot? But no, he's confidence. I like that kid a lot. Fred VanVleet's playing on a good team, so his flaws are not being shown. Yeah, he might get exposed if he went to a team like us. Tanking during a season with no fans, low-key a smart plan. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, don't ever trade Mitch. He leads the league in field goal percentage. It was a shortened season, but it's still impressive. He had the highest field goal percentage in NBA history, Mitch. You can look that up, not even lying. Austin Rivers, I give credit to his shooting, but other stuff, nope. He plays hard. That's all I'm going to say about him. Are you smoking that 20-year-old losing Knicks crack? Fred VanVleet led the league last year in deflection. Yeah, he's a good defensive player. And I knew he had motivation ever since Ron Baker had that number one role over him. What's going on, Anthony? I appreciate it, man. How are you? Obi was great value. I didn't want Obi. I didn't want to trade up for him, but no doubt about it, he was good value. And another player, Isaiah Joe, I liked for the Sixers later in the draft. Tyrese Maxey was great value. Think about the Sixers. It's Tibbs normally plays an 8 to 9-man rotation. You think that doesn't play much this year? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I hear a lot of things that he's changed, but I'll believe it when I see it. Well, we'll see, man. We need consistency. We need to keep doing it. I think we are really giving Randall a hard time. He's a good player. He is. Just does not fit this team. We need Ron Baker. No, we do not. RJ needs to make a leap. As an as a Nets fan, do you think in order to as a Nets fan, do you think in order for them to be more successful as a franchise, James Dolan, well, of course, that would definitely help, man. I appreciate it a lot, Anthony. I really do. No, bro, but I could tell you don't really understand basketball. I played. I'm not gonna read that. He's been pretty negative. I still got hope for Arden. You can always have hope, man. Always. Nico Manion was a steal for the Warriors. Yeah, I really liked him. He was like a top 5 player coming out of high school. Who should start at point? No idea. Some people have Austin Rivers. Some people have Alfred Payne. Some people have Frank. What are your thoughts, Nicholas? Who would you start? Will Cade Cunningham be the consensus #1 pick in 2021? Depends how the college season is, but top player out of high school. You don't know. RJ was supposed to be the first pick, and then Zion came out of nowhere. You don't know. You don't know. He might fall. Do you think you guys can trade for someone like Lou Williams to just provide scoring for a year or two? Who would you give up? You would trade like Randall, but I don't think the Clippers would do that. I'm still mad that we lost Ibaka and Marcus Gasol. Two of them are main big man. I think Chris Boucher could play, but we need. Yeah, those are definitely big losses, especially veteran leadership and the defensive presence. Because Marcus Gasol won Defense Player of the Year. Ibaka, Serge Ibaka is a beast. Chris Boucher is young though. Well, no, he's actually like 30, isn't he? Or 26 or something? 28 maybe. Jalen Green, yeah, he's an athletic freak. Probably Jalen Green. Dolan don't pick the players. Yeah, he doesn't. He's the owner. I have a friend who's a hardcore New York Knicks fan, and he says that he wants James Dolan to sell the franchise because, yeah, he's terrible. He's arrogant. He's just bad. He's terrible. Payne has the potential to average triple-double or put up a lot. Well, he put up a triple-double like 3 games in a row or 4 games in a row. It was like insane. With the Pelicans. RJ, I hate to say, will not be a superstar. He does not. I agree. I think he'll be like a quality player, a solid player. I don't think he'll ever be like a superstar. We should go after Ben Simmons. He loves Ben Simmons, man. Do we get swept by the Nets? It's possible. They have Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Even if it's close, they have great closers this year. Russ is still a possibility. Even after free agency, we still got enough space. Yeah, but they came out and said that they're not on the Westbrook train anymore. Who's your starting 5? What I would do is Frank. I would start Alec Burks, RJ, Obi, and Mitch. It all depends if Randall's still here. Who do you think made the best moves so far in free agency? I'm not sure. I thought the Hawks did a great job. The reason why I say that Payne could have a triple-double, well, he's a very I'll say this, he's an efficient player. He knows his limitations. He's not a guy that's going to chuck up 3 balls. He knows that he's not the greatest three-point shooter, which you got to respect. And he's an all-around good basketball player, so his shooting's pure awful. Adding one more star to this team would have technically meant this team isn't really RJ's anymore. Yeah, we need to develop. We can't. Tired of us being impatient. Do you think the Lakers should pick up Hassan Whiteside for the rim protection? They just got Marcus Gasol. I don't think they need it. And they have Harrell. The Knicks fans are like the Cowboys fans. They overrate the team and then blame everyone. I promise you I do not do that. Actually, that's disrespectful. You don't compare Knicks fans to Cowboys fans. I don't think they're close. Cowboys fans are bad. Like, they think they're winning a championship every year. I promise you, we don't think that. I believe in RJ, and I think he should run point guard. He's an underrated passer. I do agree. He's known as this black hole coming out of college, but he's impressed me as a passer. Don't you think Donovan Mitchell was overpaid? For me, he's not a franchise player. I don't think he was overpaid, especially in today's NBA. The certain players getting big-time contracts. He's literally best player on the team. And if they don't pay Rudy Gobert, they're screwed. They had to pay Donovan Mitchell. I think he's a fantastic player. Knicks overwin 22.5. That's pretty realistic. 22.5. Maybe we have like 1 over, 1 under. Be at 72-game season possible. I would start paying for continuity, but if the wheels fall off, then I'd get Frank. But then you stay with Frank or I'm tired of just swapping these point guards in and out. Give someone a starting job and just stick with it. Starters: Frank, Alec Burks, RJ, Randall, Mitch. Second team: Peyton, Quickly, Knox, Obi, and Noel. I could be okay with that. Frank, gosh, it sucks. Obi off the bench. Freaking going to be 23 in March. He's an impact right away player. If we don't start Obi, Like, Thibodeau doesn't start young players. This was why I wanted Kenny Atkinson, because he's a patience guy. I wish the Knicks would have drafted Tyrese Halliburton. He may not be a superstar. I think at worst he's going to be a very solid role player. The thing was, though, scoring off the dribble or shooting off the dribble, but he's a very smart player, and being smart alone is going to help him be a very quality player. Oh, you're a Cowboys fan? I got you. They just waived Nicholas Batum. Any reason why we don't look into? Why not take on a bad contract? Get draft picks, right? I wouldn't mind that. He's a shooter. Experience, skill over others. For being fair, yeah, he has been in the playoffs at least. He plays hard. I wouldn't actually mind it. But that's just how sad we are at point guard. I appreciate that a lot, Anthony. Yo, what's going on in the New York Knicks or the new Knicks? Yo, what up, Clutch? How you doing, man? I just want to win too. I just want to win. But I know you hate saying this, but it's patience. We haven't built this team the right way in a while. We got to. We have to play the young guys, and that's the bad side about getting Tom Thibodeau. I know everyone needs to like earn their spot, but still, it just pisses me off. I don't want to see Randall play. Every year we find a Nick to hate, but they thrive when they leave. Marbury, Rose who? Derrick Rose, and now Randall. Depends where he goes. Randall and a Mavs first rounder. Wait, the Mavs first for no. Devin Cruz, I bet you're a great supporter, but no. Give up the Mavs first rounder and Randall for Rozier, no. Starters, Peyton, Frank, RJ, Obi, Mitch. I can roll with that. I feel Dennis Smith Jr. needs to go to the G League just to build his confidence. Yeah. You got another sub, bro. Good to hear someone with sensible Knicks takes. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do appreciate that. You didn't have to sub, but I appreciate it. What do we have? 18 million cap left right now for free agency? He's definitely more of a combo guard. He's more of a shooting guard. He's just pure scorer. That's what he is. Not a great playmaker, in my opinion. Plays hard on both ends, but he's not a great passer. What's up with DSJ? Has so much potential and just looked bad last year. I was never a fan of him, to be honest. I thought he was overrated on the Mavericks. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, I don't know how, like, at least this works in the NFL. Like, when you pay players, you pay them for what they can be. You don't pay them for, like, what they did in the past. You pay them for, like, can this be our franchise player, you know? But I wouldn't risk it, especially when the Kings have been so bad. You don't risk giving up on De'Aaron Fox, you know, or letting him go. That's just my opinion. Doesn't matter how much potential DSJ has. Everyone has potential. Like, it all comes down to putting in the work and producing. Yeah, but I don't think you realize how valuable that could be. Like, if we fall in the lottery, you could take that pick and the other pick and trade up, you know? I would still hold on to it. You could still get a very valuable player. This is a deep draft, dude. Yeah, I don't like it, Alberto. I don't like it. Like, people could love Randall all they want, but we drafted Obi. Would you get Prime Melo or Prime D Rose? Prime D Rose. I'm kidding. They're both great. Give me whoever. Give me both. Because both fantastic. That's actually tough. I don't think people realize how good Melo was in his prime. He's an impact runaway player. He might win Rookie of the Year. My opinion, he needs to show up offensively because we know he's not good defensively. And we know he doesn't have the highest upside on that side of the basketball. So it's really scary if he doesn't produce offensively because we know he's not taken for his upside. We took him to produce right away. We should grab Alonzo. Wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Bishop. I really do appreciate that. I try to get to everyone's comment. I feel bad if I don't. But how are you? How are you? I could see like 14 to 15 points. If it's on great efficiency, I'll be impressed. Is there any way we could trade Randall for Rozier? If we throw like Dennis Smith Jr. in there, maybe. He can definitely score. He averaged 18 points last year on like 40% shooting from three. He can hit the free throw. He's a good shooter. Are the Lakers still? Yes. They got better. They got Harold. They got Gasol. They got better. They even got depth. That's a scary thing. That's a scary thing. Who is the Lakers' backup point guard right now, though? Who do you feel the Knicks should go after to fill up the roster? And who should the Knicks let go except the young guys? Well, is there any, I think we got rid of like the older guys, like Portis. We got rid of Taj Gibson. Like we kind of got rid of the older guys, so like the only guys we can give up is like the younger guys. You know, um, Randall had a bad year, 19, still has potential. It's just because he's so ball dominant. That's the thing, and people just feel like he held RJ back, but he was not bad. He wasn't bad. Anyone that said he was bad, it's crazy. It's just the style of play. Yeah, that's the thing that scares me though. That's why I wanted Kenny Atkinson. He could develop those players. He can install that culture of development and change that narrative. I wanted Kenny Atkinson. I don't think he has a job right now, does he? I was surprised he hasn't got a job. Randall is a human Beyblade. Another 3-point shooter. But yeah, I'm excited to see what Emmanuel quickly could do. Can't wait for LeBron retire. Yeah, and then the LeBron fans go away. I read that. Um, will LaMelo be running the point? In my opinion, he would be. And you have Devontae Graham on a cheaper contract, so why not? Um, really want the Knicks. Should get Lonzo's a great defender, amazing pass. He is an improving shooter. It's just the finishing around the basket, and he seems soft. That's the thing that scares me. Why would Charlotte like? Can he survive in New York? Why would Charlotte? Oh yeah, answer that. I blame Fizz. I blame Fizz for everything. That man didn't install. Like nothing was stable. It was just a mess. It was sloppy. Everything. His rotations didn't hold players accountable. Didn't make adjustments. There's so much. Issue no one talks about is Cade Cunningham's only stud point guard next year's draft. The second highest. Sharif Cooper, not even 6 foot. Everyone else is either a combo. Yeah, we need a damn point guard. Give us a damn point guard. Hoping Mitch, but you hope there's that guy that comes out of nowhere and freaking lights it up. Because like draft stocks should go up. Cade Cunningham cannot be the first pick. Everyone's talking about RJ being the first pick, and then Zion came out of nowhere, even though he was a beast in high school. What's up, Clutch? Give me Oladipo for Randall. I think the Pacers are holding on to him, but I would not mind Oladipo at all, man. I would not. And what's going on, Knicks for life? Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, I want to give a big thank you to all you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be monetized. I wouldn't have hit 1K. You guys are just amazing. I love talking NBA. I love talking Knicks. And I'm sorry if I'm not thinking and I'm saying some rambling, just random shit because like it's hard to answer these questions fast. Who needs to hit the weights? Who was worse, Jeff Hornacek, Fizz? I didn't think Hornacek was that bad. Fizdale just like we won like 30-something games with Hornacek. You could say Fizdale had a worse roster, but at least like Hornacek looked like someone knew what he was doing. Fizz looked like we were running like a YMCA team. It was awful. Mike Miller knew how to win. I really do think that. Though I think the thing holding him back was definitely not playing the young guys. But we need a shooter. Yeah, we definitely need more shooting. Fizz was. What's YMCA? No, what's the name for basketball players that play in the summertime? AAU. Look like an AAU team out there. Waiting for some next scrimmage to be posted. Would be surprised if quickly when starting. I would be okay with that though. Fizz was terrible. Fizz had bad rotations, didn't make adjustments, didn't hold players accountable. He was soft. Well, congratulations, Lucas. Congratulations, man. Yeah, you don't know with Oladipo. You don't. That's definitely the scary thing. I think Terry Rozier is the realistic name out there. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot, Anthony. Have a good one, man. Have a good one. Tibbs came to the Knicks knowing it was a bad team in development, so I think he will play the youth. Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Yo, what's going on, Andy? How are you? How are you, Andy? Any news on Brandon Ingram's status? Well, he got that contract with the Pelicans. He got that giant contract. Yeah, we got to be patient. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, I don't have time to be patient." Well, we haven't people are like, "I've been patient for so long, but we haven't built this team the right way." Yeah, Dotson did sign with the Cavs. It sucks to see Dotson go. I don't know why. I thought he was a nice 3D guy. He played so hard. I always had respect for Dotson. RJ's a bruiser in the paint. I wouldn't be shocked if 3 years he's an all-star. Well, we need him to be an all-star. Or at least we don't need him. We need him to be a solid to good basketball player. We don't need him to be like Jaw level or what Jaw could be. Yeah, he did. Miles Bridges, I actually would not mind that. He could play the three. That's actually good thinking, man. If they like PJ Washington there more, actually that's not bad thinking. I actually like that. Practicing threes doesn't mean shit. Like that handle and shit people are getting excited about, sloppy. He was messing around in a gym. He's not even doing drills or anything. RJ is a great finisher in the paint. He just needs to be a better shooter. Yeah, definitely needs to get better. Record prediction, 72 game season. Probably say like 20 games. Being completely honest, I don't think this team's going to be good. Come the next, James Harden. Obviously, we would love that. James Harden's a special shooter, though. I'm not going to say he's Curry level, but he's a better shooter than RJ. But I wouldn't mind playing RJ at the point guard, to be completely honest. I think his handle needs to get better. Let's get you to 1 billion subs. That'd be amazing. Is Mike Miller still on the staff? I believe he's not. I don't think so. I wouldn't mind trading Randall for. Yeah, I think he's untouchable for the Wizards, to be honest. They just drafted him. Yeah, like we're flipped. Like what we did with Ed Davis, I thought was so impressive. What we did with Ed Davis, in my opinion. New York Knicks fans, including myself, you got to be patient with the Knicks. It's going to take at least 2 more years before you start seeing good results. Yeah, we just can't rush the process, you know. That's why I wasn't a big fan of getting Westbrook, because it would have been same mistakes as. Even though Westbrook's a great player, he'll stunt the development of the other players. He's gonna take up cap space. I made a whole video on that. I just had to jump in this chat. Randall's not going anywhere. I love Randall. Screw all of Randall's haters. Most of them just don't want him on the Knicks. Well, I appreciate you being here. I support Julius Randall is a talented player. He really is. But does he fit this team? That's the thing. We could have. Or Mikal Bridges. We could have picked Mikal. That's who I wanted. Westbrook is a nutcase. What do you think about Amari Spellman? He has problems mentally. That's why he did leave the team. I believe he demanded a trade. And like keeping his weight good has definitely been the big thing. But I liked him out of Villanova. I think he has some promise shooting the basketball and being athletic. Who's best team in the NBA? Lakers. Your profile picture describes it. Our Knicks are looking great on 2K. Wait, what overall? Isn't RJ like a 75? Randall was a human Beyblade, if we're being real. We need talent. We need talent. Yeah, that's the thing. It's mental with Randall. Like, we can coach him to stop doing that stuff, but, like, I don't know. You can't teach mental. That's the big thing. Yeah, he was decent, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want a ball stopper. I don't want a ball stopper. Not disagreeing with you. So does Zion. Zion what? I like how Leon Rose is playing chess and Nerlens was big because Mitchell being fouled. That's true. Yeah, he needs to fix that. Is it bad that I'm a LeBron and Cavs fan? Nothing wrong with that. You do you. We should have got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander instead of Knox and Mikal. Yeah, man, it's easy to say after John Moran. I don't know if he'll be better. I think he plays fast, but he plays more under control. You know. I appreciate that, Logan. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, let's hope Thibodeau doesn't forget how to coach. If he's made him make decisions, he's a finisher. Still high on Beasley, but he got Malik Beasley? Who are you talking about? Michael Beasley? Shaw gonna be. I think his potential to be better. Perry and Rose bumping heads on Oladipo. Who wins? I don't think we're getting Oladipo, to be real. But he's not he could like put pressure on the defense with that, but is he a good shooter now? Some games he freaking bricks it like crazy. MVP's Malik Beasley. Yeah, I do like him. He got in trouble, but yeah, I agree. If he has the right hand on his shoulders moving forward, I think he'd be good. Got that contract with the Timberwolves. Who has the most potential? Obi's definitely an impact right away player, but he still has some things to clean up on. So it's kind of not fair to say that he doesn't have great potential, but it has to be RJ. Make a good point. Make a good point. Melo from the left side. Yes, sir. Sean won't have the dirt. He definitely needs to get stronger. We could get some insane value at the deadline for Burks, Noel, or Rivers. If they play well and a contender needs help, don't count on Frank getting moved as well. That's true. If Frank plays well, we get some value out of him. Do you think Nerlens is Mitch insurance? Signed with Rich Paul and they want the bag. Do you think Mitch is? I do not think Mitch is a max player. He could be a good rim protector, but like Mitch is good. Yes, you could say has a reaches potential, but players like that are replaceable in my opinion. Like Hassan Whiteside, athletic, block shots. Clint Capella, the same thing. There's like tons of those guys. Rudy Gobert. Not Rudy Gobert is a different level, though. He plays very smart, but I agree with that. I have no idea what we're gonna do with it. It's a good question. Yeah, let's not jinx it. I like the Giants profile picture. Mitch Max is 15 mil a year. I think it's more than that, especially in today's NBA. But yeah. Yo, I appreciate you being here, Apple. How are you doing, man? Your channel's growing holy. Well, I appreciate you being here. Would you rather have the Knicks trade for a star or develop the young core? I would develop the young core. If RJ doesn't work out, like these young guys don't develop until what we thought, and we give them time, maybe you could think that way. But yeah, hope you're doing well, Apple. Welcome back, Legend Z. See if I can put this thumbnail up. I think Mitch definitely has good touch. Like you see it around the rim, but I don't know if he'll ever be a good shooter. For small forward, I would want the Knicks to trade for Miles Bridges or Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie is definitely someone that I actually do like. Isn't he from France? Or I'm thinking of someone else. I might be thinking of someone else from Minnesota. Or the Suns. I might be thinking of that Suns guard. Gosh, what's his name? But Miles Bridges, I would not mind. In 2021, if Frank Ntilikina shoots, if he has 12 points per game, 7 assists, well, yeah, I think that's a quality starting point guard right there. It's really hard to say. Mitch is very talented. Everyone's talented. It all comes down to being very smart. Like Mitch needs to get stronger. Like you see, I know pictures don't tell the whole story. You see every other player in that weight room but Mitch. Trade Randall and we don't have Marcus Morris. We don't have Marcus Morris. I have respect for 6 rings of steel, so I'm not going to say that. What makes you say that? We need Scary Terry who could shoot, drive, and dish it, and call it a night. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, we don't have Morris anymore. Akobo, Ali Akobo. I don't mind him. I like him actually. Would you trade RJ? Of course, I love RJ, but he won't be a level of Devin Booker for being real. Someone asked me that with Brandon Ingram. I love RJ, but he won't be as good defensively as Brandon Ingram or good of a shooter, especially in today's NBA. I love RJ, but no, I would do that in a heartbeat. Are there ever been a player you heard that shoots free throws like Barrett and improved to like 85%? Didn't Frank shoot like 70, but he doesn't attempt a lot, so it doesn't matter. That's a good question though. I never really paid attention to something like that, but that's a good question. Yeah, maybe like Batum or Rozier. That's probably the best team, you know. But they waived Batum, so I think they're good with that now. Knicks probably next year, but I don't see that happening. PJ Tucker has to be a joke. I wouldn't mind. I think Covington would be an amazing signing. John to produce. I disagree. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. I thought it was the best for this team moving forward. to trade Marcus Morris. Initially, I was pissed. I was pissed, to be honest. I was. Best player we had in a long time. We trade every Knicks player at 5. Of course. Of course. Danny Granger, that's not a bad comparison. Danny Granger better defensively, I think. He has attitude problems. That's why he hasn't been picked up. Kevin Knox breakout happening this year with Iggy stepping up. I like to hear that. Knox needs to get that friggin' dog out of him. He's pretty soft. Yeah, Morris did become quick. We've got a younger player that can play defense and shoot the rock at cheaper price, you know? But yeah, I want to thank the people that did Super Chat. I really do appreciate it, yo. I really do. You guys never have to do that, but you guys Super Chat is just crazy. Kevin Knox not going to be in the league in 3 years. It's very possible if he doesn't improve his game because he doesn't bring anything to the table when he's off offensively. What package do you give to get Lonzo Ball? You probably have to give up Frank. Do you think they would take Julius Randle back? You would have to give up that. You would have to give up probably that Mavericks pick. Frank, gotta give him a guard back. That's a very good question. Why people in chat are talking about players who already been signed a huge contract. Let's talk about draft picks and what's left in free agency. Okay, who did you guys want? I'm gonna ask you guys this: who did you guys want at 8? Who did you genuinely want at 8? Who'd you really want? Who'd you really want at 8? Use cap space to take on contracts. Yeah, I agree. I mean, who wouldn't have the? But we had Mike Miller towards that. Mike Miller wasn't playing. You genuinely wanted Obi. You thought he was going to be there at 8, Devin. So you're an Obi guy. You guys genuinely wanted Obi. I'll be real. I wanted Devin Vassell. I wanted that impact right away. 3-and-D guy. I wanted Devin Vassell. Who'd you want at 8? Who'd you realistically want at 8? What's going on, Colin? Thank you so much for being here, man. How are you? And I want to thank you so much for being a great supporter. For once for you, you're one of these 1,000 subscribers. You're a big reason I'm monetized. So thank you so much. Devin Vassell. Damn, you wanted – I love Devin Vassell. Like, because, like, you're a true coach, and I know, like, you would love a player like Devin Vassell, a 3-and-D guy. Very fundamentally sound. Needs to get stronger, but Tyrell Terry, I think we could have got with the Quickly pick. Not the second, the other pick, our last pick, but Quickly pick. And then we could have got Quickly at 33, was it? 35? Yeah, I appreciate the support, man. I'll sign up for that right now. I don't think people realize how good Grant Hill was. Kyra was great value for the Pelicans. I think in transition with Zion, that's going to be awesome. We got great value at the end of the day. We got great value. Yo, what's going on, Spider Mitchell? How are you doing, man? Last time I remember yet, I've been growing like crazy, and it's because of you guys. I'm excited about Quickly as well. Damn shooting. Can we guard the 3-point line this year? That's the big thing. We have guys that can like freaking rim protect, but can we have guys that could guard the 3-point line for once? I wanted Obi because he's a native New Yorker, and he has a lot of heart. And like, I don't know if that's what you're gonna say, but he's a no nonsense guy. It's not on social media a lot. Killing Hayes, I wanted Killing Hayes. I'll be completely real. That's another guy I wanted. Him, Devin Vassell. That's what I wanted. Maybe would have taken RJ Hampton at 23. Yeah, he's really talented. He can't shoot, though. That's the big thing. Could I get a mod? If you're in the next stream, I'll definitely give you a mod. Yeah, but we said this, we said that last time, and then he looked very sluggish out there in the bubble. I didn't think Obi would be there either, Lou. Did you guys want Denny? When Obi and Denny was there, who'd you guys want? Would you give up RJ Mitchell Rob? Yeah, Patrick Ewing's one of the greatest centers of all time. Think Kevin Knox would retire, go into retirement with some good money. Oh, Leon Rose or Derrick Rose? I would give the whole team for prime Patrick Ewing. Obi over Denny. Did you like? Gosh, the Wizards are such a weird team. The Cavs, I actually think the Cavs made the right pick with Okoro. I really do think that was a nice pick. Zion to prime Blake Griffin. What about like prime Josh Smith? But yeah, Blake Griffin might be a better comparison because we obviously expect him to be more than Josh Smith. Yeah, Denny's not the greatest shooter either, and he like looks down when he dribbles. Doesn't have the greatest of handle, but he's a smart player. I think Kevin Knox will benefit from it. It's either gonna break him, or hurt him. Like he might take things the wrong way. We'll see. All right, man. Well, you got work. Well, I appreciate you being here, man. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Have a great one. Wait, let's look at this. Let's look at the 2020 NBA draft award. Should we look at the 2020 NBA draft together or the free agency signings? Think we should have traded Mitchell Robinson to the Golden State Warriors. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know. We haven't seen Barrett like at the three yet, so that's hard to say. You were confused about that? Who'd you think they were gonna draft? I actually thought that was the no like the clear cut pick. Like that. You think a Kongwu is gonna be playing the center position? Or you think he's gonna play power forward? Yeah, it's not good. It reminds me of Hazonia. Free agency. Okay, okay. Um, differences between Obi and Zion besides their draft selection. Probably the upside Zion is a lot younger, and I think he does do a better job positioning himself on the defense side of the basketball, even though I don't think Zion's a great defensive player whatsoever. But they're very similar due to the motor they bring to the table for sure. But I think Zion, gosh, they're kind of similar, but Zion was a generational talent for a reason. At his size, like just bowling people, and he's a guy that could play in the post more. Okongwu was listed as a power forward, though. That's why I asked. You thought we were getting Okoro? I would have been happy with Okoro if we took him at 8. I have no idea who the Knicks are going to sign video gamers. Thank you so much for the great amount of support. Yeah, the injuries are definitely scary. But yeah, we've seen what Zion can produce. I don't think he's overhyped. We've seen what he's able to do. Like in those games he's played, he's definitely lived up to expectations. Zion, freak athlete. Yeah, he is. Who will break out this season? Well, you hope a little bit of everyone breaks out, but RJ's the main guy you want to see break out. Well, yeah, he played point guard in high school if you didn't know about Obi. He has a solid handle, but they played him a lot on the block. That's why you didn't get to see his full arsenal. Kevin Knox breaking out, that'll be nice. We don't have to tank. We're just bad. So you can't tank and just get the top pick because, like, the Knicks don't have that good of luck in the lottery, but we'll see what happens. What's going on? Welcome back, Apple fanboy. think the Knicks making the playoffs? Well, yeah. Then these players get experience, even if we get knocked down in the first round. Stop saying what, Apple. I think someone did compare him to Julius Randle. Was it Jalen Rose? The lottery's dumb. The lottery's dumb. All right, Pickle. Tanking doesn't work. I don't think we've ever been tanking. We're just bad. To be completely real with you guys. Yeah, for real. We could play hard and still lose. These players are young. They're gonna learn how to win. They're like the Giants. Like the Giants, they started off. They were close in games competing, but they weren't winning games. And now they're starting to learn how to win as a team. Yeah, Knicks do still have 18 mil. Tanking is a curse these days. Look at the lottery. Yeah. Mitchell Robinson. We have Mitchell Robinson in the chat. You think Frank should find his own shot more isolating instead of dishing the ball out? Yeah, he's a guy that's pass first. He needs to start looking for a shot more. He has to actually start being more selfish. Like he actually not selfish at all. That's the thing with Frank. He needs to get his. Yeah, we could package that Mavericks pick, future second rounders, this pick. Like that's why these picks are so important. Yeah, exactly. Knicks for life. Let's not tank, but we need to be competitive to establish a winning culture. We're star free agents. It's not even star free agents. We need to develop these damn players. We don't need to get a star. Because if you take a look at that good Knicks team in the 90s, all homegrown pretty much. Yeah, who doesn't hate James Dolan? Frank does play very smart. He knows his limitations. He doesn't like force anything. That's the thing with Frank Ntilikina. He doesn't force anything. What's going on, MH? How you doing, man? Says, okay. What's your thoughts on Iggy? Because a lot of people forgot he got game. Look at them. Yeah, he's a pure scorer. He's not the greatest on defense. He's not the fastest of guy, but he definitely has moves in his arsenal on offense. Yo, what's up, Nick Central? How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, man. If you haven't already, sub up Nick Central. He works hard on his channel. I popped in his live stream last night. He's been doing some cool live streams. The Knicks will be bad as long as Dolan is around. Well, as long as Dolan's hands off. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully he can keep his hands off. Charmless man. Charmless? Come on, man. How are you going to get the ladies? No, with a man. I appreciate that, MH. Will Knox get any playing time this year? I have no idea. I couldn't imagine how frustrated Tom Thibodeau would be coaching Knox. What's up, homie? What's going on? Mama said don't trust you. How are you? That profile picture, damn. Yeah, let's go Knicks, man. Let's go Knicks. Media started to hate the Knicks because of the MSG channel. Why do you think that is? If Frank really plays aggressive this season, 13 points per game, I don't know about that. Start off with like 9 or 10. Yo, Miami, how you doing, man? He's a very loyal supporter. I appreciate being here. Yeah, we went to the playoffs. We almost went to the Eastern Conference Finals with Dolan. Yeah, Mets went to the World Series in 2015 with them. What's going on, Kevin? How are you, man? How are you? I would trade Iggy to the Warriors for their second round pick. If we can get a second round pick out of Iggy, I think that would be pretty damn solid. Yeah, I do know Knicks media. He makes some solid content for sure. He makes some good content. You my bro, but I'll be okay with 10 points per game. Look at Mitchell Robinson in the chat. Yeah, he's a rising cannoli. He's a cool guy, it seems like. I know he's a Jets fan. We looking good on paper. Our young core is gotta get a damn point guard. The Knicks will win the championship in our dreams. I wish it was that easy. Jovan? Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. Thoughts on Stephen A. Smith? He's an idiot. He's an idiot. It's annoying. Jets, yuck. Yeah, no comment. No comment. I don't have any beef with him, but yeah. What do you think's happening with averaging his points in his rookie year? It depends if he starts or not, but if he starts, maybe like 14 to 15 points per game. Screaming A. Smith ain't a I can't stand him. Him, Max Kellerman. This is a good question. Do you think Randall becomes our sixth man this year? With the money he's being paid and his ego, he probably wants to be a starter, so I don't think that's happening. Hope he comes off the bench. That'll be very nice for us. Him coming off the bench would actually be very solid, but I think he won't be our sixth man, and I hate to say that because Obi should start. He's gonna be freaking 23 years old in March. He's a instant impact guy. Giants, bro. Yes, sir. Knicks getting that ring. Hopefully, when I'm alive, haven't won this one. Yeah, can we get a damn championship? Can we get a damn championship? I think he is because he's that instant impact guy. He's not that project. We hope he makes that impact right away. Somehow LaMelo's going to average 2 points and he'll win Rookie of the Year. We hope. Or at least I do. Quickly is going to be the sixth man. And I'm okay with that. He's a great shooter. Saw what he's able to do at Kentucky. Yeah, I don't. Gosh, damn Oakley situation. Oakley does need help, though. I'll say that. What he did on Knicks fan TV and just. Oh, what do you think about trading for Westbrook or like Alonzo Ball? I would take Alonzo Ball for Westbrook. I made a whole video on Westbrook. Don't want him personally, and we aren't interested in him anymore. I really have no idea what we're doing at the point guard position, to be completely honest. Some people want Austin Rivers. Some people think it's going to be Elfrid Payton. I would like Frank to be our starter. Is he our future? No, but be our starter. As soon as he gets out of foul trouble and disciplines his game, would trading Zach LaVine be a good move? No, because he's on that big contract and he's a great scorer and he'll take the ball out of other guys' hands. I don't think he's that good to be like. A lot of people like Zach LaVine, but I personally don't like him on this team. Yeah, he probably will. The Knicks are playing chess. We are not on crack anymore. Now it's time to see what we have. Some guys may not pan out. There will be no superstars coming to the Knicks. Just develop these guys and be patient for once. But I agree, DJ Cash. Is that Daniel Jones Cash? Yeah, he sounded drunk on that. Luckily, he wasn't drunk when he signed that. Put all the blame on Dolan's dumbass, yeah. We should get Mike Conley. I think he's off the table now, but we were interested in him at one point. I think he only has 1 more year left on his contract. I don't think we're getting a star next free agency, but definitely get some solid players, you know. What's your definition of good? Good role player? Good starter? Like, what do you think Ignas could be? Ignas. I think RJ could be a really solid defender, in my opinion. He definitely needs to get better on the side of the basketball, but I think he's willing to learn. Should we trade for Oladipo? I wouldn't hate it, but he does have injury history lately, and he has a big contract. Knicks are doing a good job. Yeah, we just got to continue to have stability in that department. Like, could we keep being patient? Yeah, we're not signing anyone until 2022, 2023 free agency. Thoughts on Ignas Brazdeikis? Starter. You think Ignas could be our starter, like our 3 of the future? Like, what position? Knicks could trade Randall for a decent point guard. Terry Rozier. I don't know much about him. I think we did get him specifically for Obi Toppin because I know he is a good defensive coach. He's a G League coach from Boston. He's a good defensive coach. That's all I know about him. I don't know much about him offensively. Yeah. I think 22 wins is like right where it is because there's only going to be 72 games this upcoming season. Shout out to the 71 people in the chat. Like last time we had like 100 and something. You guys are amazing. We could have hired Leon Rose and rebuilt it 2 years ago and then maybe competed for the playoffs. Yeah, imagine how Leon Rose would have been like if he had Porzingis. Do you think Porzingis would have wanted to stay? Dennis Smith Jr. or what's his name? There's some Knicks that are actually in Emmanuel Mudiay is going to be going back to China, and that's originally where he's from. Mudiay's a free agent still. That's funny, guys, isn't it? Mudiay's a free agent. That man was our freaking starting point guard. And that's going to be, he might be in the G League. He might not even be glued to the bench. We have the same developmental team that Utah had when they developed Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, we'll see what Johnny Bryant does. I'm a big fan of Johnny Bryant. What's going on, Football Talk? Thank you so much for being here, man. Lou says, we're probably getting Conley, dumping Randall, exchanging one-year deals, but Utah would get salary relief and a giant trade exception, resulting in the difference of Randall, 18 mil, and Conley, 34 mil. You thought very smart right there. It's possible. I think we're off the table when it comes to Conley, though, to be honest. What are your opinions on the Heat signing Bam Adebayo to a rookie max-level contract? Bam Adebayo, obviously people are going to say it is a lot of money, but when someone does make an impact for you like that, and there's a big reason you went to the finals, you got to hold on to him. You have to. The way we were rolling, yes, but Tim Hardaway Jr., don't forget, we started losing when Tim Hardaway Jr. got hurt. When he hurt his ankle, I believe, because that's Tim Hardaway Jr. was a big part of that team. But I think we would have fell off, though, because Tim Hardaway Jr. was really inconsistent. I have no idea. Tomorrow's my last day, and then I have Thanksgiving break, but I celebrated Thanksgiving early, so I might go live again if you guys want me to. But yeah, I appreciate the ones that did super chat earlier. You guys did not have to do that whatsoever. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the great amount of support. I couldn't ask for better supporters. Starting lineup is point guard Gary Payne. I wish we had Gary Payne. Probably like 80 years old now. We should start with all this. We should start with all this stopgap bullshit because the Knicks fans have been patient for a while now. We can't find a damn point guard. We can't. I would personally take Terry Rozier over Mike Conley because he's younger. But Mike Conley's contract is over faster. Yeah, he might have done really good in that. I think Leon Rose would have been good in that KP trade. Yeah, the young core wasn't that great. We had like Porzingis, Frank, and Tim Hardaway Jr., but Porzingis was. But I thought Porzingis was going to fall out at some point because that was the thing with him. He couldn't stay healthy, and he was inconsistent. He would have these spurts of 30-point games, like stretches, and then fall off. All right, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thanks so much for being here. Draft Boston Cream. Oh, yeah, Brandon Boston. Yeah, that's your guy. Gary Payton. We need to be patient and properly rebuild. Yeah, people were like, we've been patient before, but we didn't build this team the right way. You think we trade Randall in the trade deadline? Trade Randall in the trade deadline. I'll say this again. Randall is a good player. Do I think he'll be traded? No. Do I hope he's traded? Yes, because it makes sense moving forward for this basketball team. Anyone that says he's bad, I don't get that. I think he'll be a very valuable piece somewhere else. He just does not fit this team. But I hope we trade him. I do. Yeah, Boston is going to Kentucky. So he might be a Knick. Brandon Boston, Knicks fans, be ready. Brandon Boston will be a Knick. He's going to Kentucky, and then he might suck because his last name's Boston, and we're going to be whooped by them every time we play them. You don't think we get a Brandon Boston and Kane in 2021? We'll see how the lottery shakes up. I do like what Leon Rose has done. Do you ever do 2K rebuilds? No, I do not, and you guys probably wouldn't want to see them anyway because I don't have 2K21. Did one a long time ago, but I want to do them, but I don't because I never stick dedicated to the part series. It's too much. Just trying to put one into the universe. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. If you haven't already, smash the like button. We have 83 people in the house. 85 now. You guys are maniacs. Mitchell Robinson for No, I'm good. I don't think they would do that anyway. The New York Wild Knicks. There you go. Um, Rose, what's that other emoji? Is in full effect. You were a lunatic, people. You're a lunatic, MH. Can anyone translate? I'm gonna translate that. Obviously from Puerto Rico. All right, we have some news. That future second round pick in the Minnesota deal is in 2020 Knicks. 2020 Knicks. 2026. Spellman was the key, it says. What's going on, Los Knicks? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, shout out to Puerto Rico. Shout out to Puerto Rico for sure. Who's the GOAT? Everyone's great in their own way. It's hard. Different generations. Hard question. Rose Garden. Oh, okay. Yeah, but would he take on that role? What do I think about the New Jerseys? Not a big fan. They could be the Celtics, though. I don't like the Celtics. All right, so I don't know if this is real, but the Timberwolves say they sent a 2026 second round pick, Morris Spellman and Jacob Evans. So did we just? Oh, okay, it's the same thing. It was just saying what year. I believe this is our last year on the Joakim Noah contract. This is the last year on the Joakim Noah contract. He is a mob boss. That's what Junior's working. Well, Frank is too. So if it doesn't translate, I really don't care. They should be working their ass off. Shout out to Mars. Yeah, they should be working their ass off. They're NBA players, you know. Papa Rose. Kevin Knox just needs another year to develop. He's young. We kind of expected this, but me being a Knicks fan, you guys being Knicks fans, we're not patient. We're not. We want to see results right away because the summer league definitely teased. Yeah, Buddy Hield, he didn't go anywhere. What's up? I'm back. Weird question, but have you ever read The Great Gatsby? That sounds very familiar. Very familiar. I've heard about it at the least. Like the amount of money, I think we have to spend 8 million more dollars. I think, well, that'll be great because then it looks like our young core would be established with, we need a point guard still. But yeah, if Frank breaks out, then we found our point guard of the future. It depends how breaking out. 10 points, be very solid. But then we have our point guard and then our three. We hope they break out because then we'll have Frank. We'll have RJ. We'll have Knox. We'll have Obi. And we have Mitch. It will be the perfect situation. It would be the perfect scenario. We would be thrilled if they break out. I don't think he's honestly going to be playing. Maybe he does. 35 games out of 72? No. So that's shortened season. We should have signed Harry Giles. He's young, but he's injury prone, but he was one of the top players out of high school. Bull just got that contract from the Nuggets. Are you on any other social media sites? Well, I'm on Twitter. I'll type my Twitter. Yeah, what's your definition of a breakout season? 10-5? It depends if he starts. That's my Twitter. Is Tibbs still going to make the Knicks ice the pick and roll? What do you mean by that? I hope we see a lot of pick and roll with the freaking lob threats we have. We got to. You want Isaiah Thomas? We'll have to give it to some guard. Would you guys take Isaiah Thomas for 1 year? Like, freaking trade someone, like, get Isaiah Thomas for a step? I'm tired of the stopgaps, though. Gosh. But his defense is horrible. Talk about horrible defense, Isaiah Thomas. Dennis Smith Jr. is, like, no value right now. No value. Powell's playmaker game, too. Powell's not the greatest of playmaker. He's all right. He's definitely a very ball dominant player. We already have a stopgap. We've overpaid it. We don't want any more stopgaps. IT would be good for the Knicks. So happy Knicks haven't given up on Frank and Knox. Yeah, could we get a freaking player past their rookie contract and sign them? We haven't had that since Charlie Ward. It's not even that, Wivy Jelly. We know that's not the case. He is soft. That's the scary thing with Knox. Gotta really want it. Don't want these soft players. Blockbuster. Wow, I remember Blockbuster. Well, he's definitely that bucket getter, but we have to see what he does in the NBA. Lou Williams is one of the best 6 men to ever play the game. So I wanted him too, D Grant. I wanted him too. Because I knew no doubt about it, we're going to have those young players starring. Tibbs better fix Knox mentally. Trade Randall for a good big. Trade him for anything. Yeah, we had to freaking he automatically got a no trade clause because we waived him and then we signed him, waived him, then we got him back. So that's just how it works. Automatically got it. I love Frank. Sometimes he shows sparks of being a good shooter and having good handles, but then it goes back to not even playing decent, just like being non-existent. I agree, Shaquille. I think Tibbs will be fine. We hope, right? We need stability. Mike Conley for Randall and DSJ. Mid-season trade, cross fingers. They do need offense, so they might take Randall. Who did the Jazz get in the draft, though? They get a guard. But yeah, at the end of the day, I do want value for Randall, though. I'm kind of trolling when I say that, but I do want solid value for him, you know? You think Ingram? No, he just signed that giant contract with the Pelicans. He's not coming here. Sound like a 5-year deal. Knicks all day, yes sir. The Hawks did do good. Obi should start. Yeah. Does Detroit have a good-looking future, sir? They hold on to Blake Griffin, Derrick Rose. No, I don't know what they were doing. Whatsoever. They had a very weird free agency. Let's go over what the Pistons did. I always forget the damn center's name they signed for 23 mil because he's not that good. He's solid, but not 23 mil good. We never tank. We just play Knicks basketball. Most improved player. That's interesting. Pistons. I don't remember his name. RJ become a bust. Anyone's capable of becoming a bust, you know. Make some plum sauce. Yeah, Mason Plumlee. Damn, I remember Marshall Plumlee with the Knicks. What is the rookie scale? What do you mean? Top three seed? Potentially. Yeah, he does. I think he's going to be the most impactful player's rookie year if he freaking starts. All right. All right, let's go over what the Nuggets did. All right, let's go over what they did. All right, the Detroit Pistons. All right, see, Jeremy Grant, I get it. If you're in love with Jeremy Grant, you give him the money. He had a great season. We knew his value was going to be worth that much because he came off of a good season. But he's not a guy you want as like a top option for your team because you know Killian Hayes isn't going to make that impact right away. Like he's going to take time. So is Suku. Like they're taking for upside. Jeremy Grant, 3 years, 60. You would say he's worth that because of the season he came off of, but he's not a guy that can create his own shot. He's a guy that's good with moving without the basketball, makes hard cuts, spots up. Not the most consistent shooter, but I get the signing. He was one of the best players on the market. Mason Plumlee made no sense to me. Signing Mason Plumlee for 3 years, 25 mil, I would have get Christian with that 40 mil. But at the end of the day, I don't think this was the Pistons' fault. I really don't think Christian Wood wanted to be a Piston anymore. I don't think he wanted to be a Piston. I think he wanted to go elsewhere. And I believe Christian Wood was a Rocket before, like at the beginning of his career. I might be wrong on that. Jalo Okafor, 2 years, 3 mil. See, that's what you do when you're a young team. You get those types of guys. Josh Jackson didn't mind. Dylan Wright, not terrible. Did Zaire Smith go again? That was a stupid pick by the Sixers, though. Isaiah Stewart, they didn't make that selection, but it was a part of the trade. He just wanted that money and he wanted a bigger role. So I don't know why you would get a guy that wants a big role when you have a young team. I don't think he's a true point guard either. Can we go get Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? I don't think that's realistic. It is cold outside. I hope Santana. I would have given all the money to Wood. Yeah, instead of signing Plumlee, I just like Plumlee, Jalou, Josh Jackson, Grant. Yeah, and Luke Kennard. They gave him up for like nothing. What they get, like Dozen and Musa. Wasn't a fan of that. Um, what's going on, Bruce? Thank you so much for being here. How are you? Yeah, I wanted Wood originally too, man. Go Knicks. Yes, Alexa. I was gonna say yes, sir. But yes, ma'am, Alexis. What's good? No, I'm glad I caught the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I've seen you comment on my videos. How are you doing, man? But you just don't build that way. I don't know what they're doing. I thought they were really blowing it up, and they go out there and get these guys. But I like Sadiq Bey. I like Killian Hayes. Glad you're doing good. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for 1K. I've said it a couple times, but I want to make sure everyone hears it. Just thank you so much for 1K. You guys are absolutely amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be monetized. I wouldn't have hit 1K. Like yes, I put out the content, but you guys are the ones that watch. So I appreciate that. No, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is untouchable for the Thunder. Makar, is he in this upcoming draft? Thonmaker's brother, right? You think Chris Boucher will be the next Kevin Durant? I think that's a troll. Troll question. Troll question. I appreciate that, Carl. What about the Eastern Conference? Um, yeah, we need damn point guard. Damn point guard. Yeah, they spent their money like crazy. I don't know what they were doing. Don't like what they did. That's awesome, man. How'd you become a Blazers fan, and what made you like the Knicks? Yeah, it is unfair, man. So unfair. I mean, Pistons like rushing the process, getting these guys. But they just spent their money for no reason. Like, the Pistons are going to be bad. They still have Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin too. Like, they're probably going to still try to win and get that eighth seed. When you should really just be giving minutes to the young guys. What's going on, Jeffrey? Thanks so much for being here. Cut or uncut? What do you mean? This is live. I don't know what you're saying. I would love to have a beer with Leon Rossi. He seems like a guy that's really good conversations and stuff. If he's like this agent and stuff. Kenyon Martin Jr. Who was he drafted by? Was he drafted by the Rockets? And the Sixers get D Rose. I don't know why they do that. I think I would roll with Tyrese Maxey. I think he's a similar player, at least at this point in his career. He's younger, has that upside, doesn't have injury history, and better defensively. But D Rose wouldn't be a terrible option for the Sixers. I think Quickly's going to Westchester. No, I think he'll be on the roster. I think he was taken too high to go to Westchester, but if he struggles, yes, I would. But that would really concern me because he's a great shooter. And that's always a great value in today's NBA. I don't like what they did, but my love for basketball makes me and helps me understand what they did for the franchise. Yeah, that's me every year. We've traded to the Rockets recently. Tell me something I don't know, Ash Ketchum Yum. Ash Ketchum. Tell me something I don't know. I don't think this regime is stupid. Regime is stupid. I think the staff knows what they have and drafted accordingly. Yeah, Steelers, I saw that. I talked about him a little bit. He's a good defensive-minded coach. I think brought him in for Obi Toppin and these guys that struggle on defense. Nico Mannion was great value, clearly talented. Had a very inefficient year at Arizona, but he's talent. And I like James Wiseman. Fred VanVleet will be a future All-Star. My biggest concern is the point guard spot for our Knicks. I appreciated your vid on starting Knox, but he scares the crap out of me too. I'm just saying, if we're going full out youth, you start Knox, in my opinion. You did take him at 9 at the end of the day. Do we feel jealous? Because you can't just trade him. You got to make sure you give him an opportunity. It's hard to give a 19-year-old 38 minutes, and the next year you give him 2 minutes. Do we feel jealous about the Nets because they're title contenders? Well, yeah, it hurts because we've been terrible for a long time and we want to win. Only teams we would have problems with in the Eastern Conference would be Nets, Toronto. Maybe competing wise, I don't know about winning. I'm glad Melo's happy. I think he's a stable home there in Portland. That's not realistic, Anthony. Julius Randle to Oklahoma for Shea Gilgeous. Keep Randle. Randle's talented. It's just the fit on this team. Appreciate that, Alexis. You think Toronto's finished? We'll see. They just won a championship, though, so it's okay if they're finished. Julian Newman sucks. Mike Conley. I'm a Ewing fan. Skywalker Walker. Who wouldn't be a Patrick Ewing fan? That man played in his era, too. Played with him. I don't know if we're trading Julius Randle, to be completely real. He was. You got to put him in the right role. Got to put Randle down on the block. See, but I don't want him started. I don't. What's going on, Floyd? I don't care who he's compared to. I just want him to be good for us. Just want him to be good. DSJ, Reggie Bullock, Nerlens Noel, Kevin. Let me pull up the chat on my phone. That was embarrassing as a Knicks fan watching that. DSJ, Reggie Bullock, Nerlens Noel, Kevin Knox to Orlando for Markelle Fultz. I don't think they're gonna give up on Chuma Okeke. They drafted him last year. Good defensive-minded player from Auburn. Not a great scorer, but definitely has defensive potential, and the athleticism is insane. But I would take Mo Bamba. I honestly would. Why not? Markelle Fultz is the main guy. I wouldn't mind. Tim Hardaway Jr. free agent? No, he's not. Send Randall to the G League. It's hard to say. We're gonna have to see if this team's good offensively or defensively. You're a Dwayne Wade fan? I don't blame you. He's one of the greatest shooting guards ever. Where do you see Kevin Knox? I would like to see him more at the 4, to be completely honest, because he doesn't seem that fast as a 3. Kevin Knox is just scary. Yeah, we need a point guard, man. We need a point guard. Look at the Pelicans roster real quick. Because they do have Lonzo and they have Kyra. So who are they going to roll with? Alexi Shved? Yeah, don't remind me. Randall should not handle the ball, he should be down low on the block. That's what he is. He's a bully ball guy. Yeah, it's crazy. At least one has to be traded. At least one. I don't know. I wouldn't. They did draft Cole Anthony though. DJ Augustine went to the Bucks. I know that. But are they gonna roll with Cole Anthony? That should be interesting. All right, I'm tired of talking about Julius Randle. Can we talk about someone else? Starting lineup. What I would do: Frank, RJ. No, I would do Frank, Alec Burks, RJ, Obi, and then Mitch. Oh, I don't put Knox over Julius Randle. I don't. Julius Randle's obviously better, but it would just make more sense because we drafted it with the 9th pick. But Knox has been trash. We shouldn't take on Russell Westbrook. That would be rushing the process, big contract, stunt the development of the other guys. He's very ball dominant. I made a whole video on that. You wanted RJ Hampton, very talented player. No, I'm saying if we're in the position, if we're starting all youth, I would. Would I personally like, if we're not starting all youth? No, would make no sense. Depends what Tibbs is thinking about, though. I think it's because they're a smaller market. When you're a smaller market, you have to give out those big time contracts. Do we start quickly at shooting guard? No, I would not. Burks or RJ starts there because it depends where RJ is going to play, like the 2 or the 3. Well, Bledsoe just went to the Pelicans, right? So they have Bledsoe, they have Kyra, and they have Lonzo, right? A playoff contender, yeah, because he's an instant impact guy and he makes everyone around him better. Don't know if we make the playoffs, but we would be contending for them for the playoffs. Yeah, I do like the coaching staff. It does look great on paper, but it all comes down to putting it out there on the court. Hasn't proven anything yet. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys being in the chat. Yeah, sorry if my mind's like crazy right now. It's like hard to like look at all the comments and stuff. Amani Bates, is he there the year after though, or the year after that? True Holiday's underrated. He definitely does bring a lot to the game. He does those little things too that no one looks at. Sign with the Knicks in the future? Maybe. I appreciate that, Angel. No problem. Brian Scalabrini's in the chat. What's going on, GOAT? It is very unbalanced. God, get a damn point guard. Or it's not even getting a point guard. Trade one. Roll with a couple of them. Or a few. 3 at max or 4. Yeah, I liked him on the Sixers a lot. But yeah, I thought Obi was good value, Brian Scalabrine. I'm guessing you're a Trailblazers fan? Think, yeah, it all comes down to how John Wall plays. He looks great in workouts, but does he perform great? Does Rui take the next step? How does Denny play? I would love to see the Knicks try to trade for Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. And I think our starting rotation would be Lonzo, RJ. Kuzma plays no defense, though, and his shot selection is awful. How tall am I? I'm like 5'11", 6 foot, 16 years old. Yeah, he was an all-star when he was in Philly. Tell me tell me if they should trade these players. John Wall's not better than Westbrook. Yeah, John Wall's not proving anything right now. He's been hurt forever. That's insane if you're really 13 and 6'1". That's insane. No way. You're 13 and you're 6'1". That's crazy, man. Drink that milk. Drinking that milk. Getting strong. Gotta watch out, my guys. Miles Wilmoth on the Butler Bulldogs. He's a stud, 6'9", 195 pounds. He's a freshman. Freshman in high school or college. I would entertain any trade that's not RJ, Mitch, or Obi. And of course, quickly. Sorry, I'm skinny too, bro. Westbrook's off the table. See, this is the thing, though. We need scoring, but yeah, he is bad defensively. But Tibbs, like, Karl Anthony Towns had Tibbs, and he didn't get better defensively. Wiggins didn't. I really do believe defense is effort and technique. But I would like to see Miles Powell again in the rotation. We need scoring, nice off the bench guy. Yeah, and if Mitch gets in that foul trouble, it's definitely an emergency blanket, safety blanket, or whatever. Cade Cunningham, next Thunder legend. With all those draft picks, yeah, you can trade up and get them. Trade the whole team, damn, except for Obi for Harden. But he would just change his game now at this point in his career. That's the thing. He's older. He doesn't fit the timeline. He's ball dominant. Will stunt the development. Will be rushing the process. Just like, no. Contract's crazy. It just makes no sense. It would make no sense to, get Russell Westbrook. Lemaine Diane. I'll take a look at him. I like Jalen Brunson. Can we just, no more guards now? We need a freaking 3. If we can get picks back for that and Lonzo, I'll be okay with that. But yeah, he didn't play out of control and reckless like Russell Westbrook, though. Totally different players. Thunder might get lucky in lottery, you don't know. The process. I don't think there was enough to trade up to get LaMelo. I don't think we had enough personally. And this wasn't the type of draft, in my opinion, you trade up and get a player. LaMelo's really risky, and I kind of like LaMelo. I think it's a following. Steelers. I think it's the following. Odds of Frank having a breakout year. Well, it comes down to him and his confidence. Yeah, it's a really deep draft, Sebastian. Jalen Green definitely has the higher upside. But I don't know. Cade Cunningham's probably the best player. 2023, yeah. And that's where we got second round draft picks. If Rose can get rid of DSJ and Randall for anything more than a bag of chips, he'll be executive of the year. Yeah, they don't have value right now. We need to get value out of them and then trade them at the deadline. I'm doing good. How about you, Ace? I want to thank you as well for being a great supporter, and I'm monetized. Never super chat if you don't want to. or just like there's never pressure to super chat. You just being here is amazing, but you're a big reason I have super chat. You're a big reason I'm monetized. You're a big reason that I hit 1K subscribers. So thank you so much for your great amount of support. Well, yeah, there's no doubt in that whatsoever. But it just makes no sense right now to get Russell Westbrook. I don't know. Hopefully trade wanted to. Trade Knox for a box of stones. That's being generous. Generous. Yeah, you're a big Frank guy, Ben. Congratulations on 1K. I guess you're saying. Thank you. I appreciate that, Cliff. So anyone want to get in here and talk Knicks? Oh, don't ever feel the need to super chat, Ace. You being here is enough, man. Never feel the need to do that. Different eras. They're both fantastic players. Hassan Whiteside to the Lakers. Make no sense. They have Marcus Gasol and Harrell. But that would be scary. But he plays with no effort. That's scary thing. Like it's not he plays with no effort. His motor sometimes like low. He picks when he wants to play defense. Yo, Royal, you didn't have to do that, man. I really do appreciate the super chat. He says, congratulations on 1K, bro. I really do appreciate that, man. Are you a Knicks fan? If not, just thanks so much for your great amount of support. Thank you for being here. Clicking that subscribe button and tuning into my videos. Thank you so much, Royal. I'm sorry that if my knowledge isn't like there tonight. I had school today. I'm tired from school. Just reading the comments is like I need to get used to this because this is just like insane. It's insane. I didn't expect the growth of this channel, but school sucks. School sucks. Just like this channel, like just makes my day every day. You think Giannis is going to the Lakers? 2022. Won't LeBron be gone in 2022? Yeah, they are. They are definitely. He definitely will, but that's a rushing the process move to get Russell Westbrook. Yes, we may go to the playoffs, but what does that really do if we're gone in the first round? He's a guy that's ball dominant. He's going to stunt the development, like stunt the development of these young core players. We already have Obi that's 22 years old, and the contract. I made a whole video on that. I love Westbrook, but it just makes no sense. My mama said, "You want to talk Knicks?" It's the Knicks. They already sell out. We're trash and we sell out. It's Madison Square Garden. It's the Knicks. No matter how bad we are, and there's no fans. What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about? Yo, Michael Parker, thanks so much for the super chat. You did not have to do that, man. Salute Knicks family. I feel a bit more confident in the Knicks moves today than I did the first day. Stockpiling picks today will pay dividends tomorrow. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. Thank you so much, Michael, for the super chat. You did not have to do that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the great amount of support. Really do appreciate that. Blake Griffin has to prove himself. He expanded his game to the three-point line. I think he has talent. It's just staying healthy. Knicks are cursed. Yeah, man, seems like that. Yo, wait, that super chat went by fast. We definitely do need a point guard. You do not have to super chat. Type that. You being here is already enough. Like, never feel the need to super chat, but I appreciate it a lot, man. Mama said donated $5. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Maybe, man. Maybe. Can't believe Sixers got D Howard for 2.6 mil. Yeah, I thought that was a good pickup for depth. Am I a native New Yorker? I'm not a native New Yorker. I'll tell you the story of how I became a Knicks fan. It's quick. I was originally born in Atlanta, Georgia, but my dad was actually born in Manhattan, New York. So I grew up watching the Knicks with my dad. I grew up watching the Knicks with my dad. The Giants, the Yankees. Yeah, my dad's from Manhattan. I was actually born in Atlanta. What's your opinion on Mitchell Robinson? He's a very talented player. He can block shots, get out and run. He's a good rim runner. Has a lot of potential. I'm not sure if he's going to be a great shooter in his NBA career. But like just the mental's getting in his way. Just cleaning up those mistakes for sure. Just needs to become a better, smarter basketball player. No, what's from Iraq? We do, man. What's your starting Knicks lineup? I'm not going to say point guard because I know a lot of people are going to hate. I'm kidding. You know what? I'm going to say Frank, Alec Burks, RJ, Obi, Mitch. That's what I would do. Lillard's loyal. I don't think he'll ever leave. Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan. Yeah, a player like John Moran would be amazing. How old are you? We could have had John Moran if you got two. All respect to RJ. How old are you, bro? And how long have you been watching the Knicks? I'm 16 years old, and I've been probably watching them since I was like 5, 6. Mets, Jets, Nets. Okay, yeah, he has all the Ets in it. We've never had a true process, though. We never rebuilt the right way. Yes, we'll make it to the playoffs. Frank to yes, we'll make the playoffs, but with that contract, with the stun of the development of the ball, like ball dominancy, you'll get to see Westbrook shoot the last shot and not RJ. Like, I've talked about this way too much. I don't even remember what I say anymore because I talk about the Russell Westbrook thing way too much. Just makes no sense. Doesn't fit the timeline. It's rushing the process. Got to be smart. Westbrook's not the option. He's not. It's not what you should do. Miles Powell's a bucket getter. Plays with great confidence. He's clutch. Yeah, I'm 16. I'm a junior in high school. Of course. I don't have a second favorite team. Don't have a second. Well, they can't get rid of Dolan. He's the owner. But he's going to have to say something really bad to get kicked out, which I hope he does. He's definitely a no-nonsense guy, which we definitely need. Fizdale was not that. Fizdale was too soft. He did not hold players accountable. I like how he's defensive-minded, and hopefully we're just competitive every single game. Is that new, rule or whatever? Yup, Knicks to the death. And I appreciate that super chat again, Michael. Thunder and Mavs? Gotcha. Yeah, let's jump him. Let's kill him. Let's kill him. Let's kill him. Kill him. Yo, Steelers. I'm guessing you're a Steelers fan as well. It's awesome. I wish my Giants beat you guys week 1, but nope. Thank you so much for the super chat. You did not have to do that, man. Thank you so much for being here and being a great supporter because you comment on my videos and you're amazing, dude. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Christina Nichols is in the house. She laughing. She's saying this boy ugly, so I'm gonna laugh at him. Hurt my feelings. But what's going on? Frank, Burke, Alec Burks, RJ, Toppin, and Robinson. Okay. Who's your baseball team? I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm not a big baseball fan, you know. What's going on? JH Sports is now. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I was just messing around. Appreciate being here, Christina. Randall for Laurie. I'll take. Would you guys want Laurie Markkinen? That's actually a good question. Laurie Markkinen's a guy that doesn't get brought up a lot. But would you guys take Laurie Markkinen? They might believe in Patrick Williams as their guy because I think Williams is more of a 4 than he is a 3. It's on the market right now. We can go out and get. Terry Rozier I would not mind because his contract is almost up. Mike Conley, but we stopped going after him. At this point, just roll with this roster, but I don't want to go into the season with paying. I started this channel 5 months ago, but the other channel, Noah Cahill started like when I was like in freaking sixth grade. Quickly, yeah, I talked about quickly a little bit, but he's a great shooter. Shot 42% from the outside, 92% from the charity stripe. Not the greatest finisher at the basket, but we took him for his shooting prowess, and he's a good defensive player. Another power forward. Glad you're doing good. I appreciate that. You didn't have to sub. Appreciate being here in general. Thank you so much. Pistons, yeah, they signed him for like 23 mil. Trade Randall to the WNBA. But yeah, I appreciate that a lot, JH Sports. Whiteside to the Warriors. It's interesting. That's kind of what James Wiseman's comparison. I think Wiseman plays with a much higher motor, though. No, there's no reason to like him, you know? Who's your profile picture? Is that a Lions profile picture? Is that Jeffrey Okuda? I can't see who that is. He plays with no motor. He plays with no heart. But I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not hating on Westbrook whatsoever. I just personally, like, I don't want to, like, rush the process and just get him, go to the playoffs for 2 years and be stuck in what, I don't know. I would have liked Chris Paul better. I'll go Lakers. I think the Sixers will finally, will they? I don't think so. Appreciate that, Gorilla. Really do appreciate it. How'd you guys find the live stream? But Nets Lakers, that'll be a good finals. Kevin Durant against LeBron. Well, glad I got recommended. Glad you enjoy. No Westbrook, I agree. Can we trade for Spencer Dinwiddie? No, I think the Nets would be smart to hold on to him because he's just a great depth piece with Karis LeVert if he could stay healthy. With Joe Harris, that's just great depth. Let's talk Turkey. Let's talk Turkey, MH. MH, do you want to come on talk Knicks or no? You're good. Or are you good, man? It's all good. I have to see you consistently in here, E-Dog. If you're consistently in here, I'll give you a mod. I don't want to just hand out mods to hand out mods. Jared Harper. Jared Harper's very, very interesting. Yeah, good point, man. We should have drafted Tyrese Halliburton. He's a very smart basketball player. Like I said, I think at worst he'll be a very nice role player. Because he's so smart, I don't see him busting really. Especially the value the Kings got him. He doesn't have to perform off the dribble. That's the thing, though. He's not a perform off the dribble perform off the dribble shooter. He's definitely more of a catch and shoot guy. That's why I thought he went to the perfect situation. Can we trade for Lillard? No, I don't think we can. Dolan's bad, but not as bad as people say, in my opinion. Who's Jeff Goldblum? Let me see who that is. Goldblum. I look nothing like this guy. That is such a roast. I feel offended. I feel so offended. I feel so offended right now. Also Lakers next year. We'll see. Who's my favorite Nick? Whoever ends up being good this season, to be honest. But no, probably RJ or Mitch. But I like Mitch. Can we trade for Brogdon? Well, we could trade for anyone, but do we have enough? Until he matures his game, he's not winning anything. That's my whole thing on Russell Westbrook. You did super chat, so that'd be pretty messed up if I didn't give you one, you know? Next trade for Hero? No. All respect, that makes no sense. No more Russell Westbrook talk. I'm tired of the Russell Westbrook talk. Feels like I've been talking about that for such a long time. We never tank. We're just that bad. We're just that young. We need Conley on this team for a year. Yeah, there's only one more year left on his contract, and maybe we can get some picks back. Julius Randle, DSJ, Dallas Mavericks. 2021. I love how it's so funny because I did like Knicks slash broad NBA, but there's so many Knicks fans because I knew a big majority of my subscribers were Knicks fans. No, we can't sign Van Vliet. The Raptors already signed him. What are we gonna do with 6 guards? I have no idea, dude. I have no idea. Cole Anthony's underrated, especially the value the Magic got out of him. I'm telling you right now, I wasn't the biggest fan of Cole Anthony. Then I kind of came around to him of how bad his team was, the effort he shows on defense, the NBA ready handle he has, the difficult shot making. He has what it takes to be a good NBA point guard if he could put it all together. It looks nothing like me. I just don't get it. Yes, I am a Knicks fan. Yeah, there's like no more guards out there we could sign really, unless you want Emmanuel Mudiay back. Would you trade Randall for Aaron Gordon? Not sure about that one. Doesn't Aaron Gordon has like an equal contract, but I don't think I would take that. I think Griffin still has a couple more years left. You don't like how they traded Seth Curry for Josh Richardson? I like the Tyrell Terry pick. Who else did they get in the draft? Thoughts on trading for Ricky Rubio? I don't think he'll be traded again. He just got traded to the Timberwolves. Yeah. It really depends if he develops like a shot in his arsenal. Um, yeah, Gorilla. Yeah, for sure. I thought the Sixers drafted Isaiah Joe. I appreciate that buzzer beater. I really do appreciate that. It's Twitter saying. Frank Jackson has agreed to a deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's a player the Thunder just got. I appreciate that, GM. I really do. I thought Isaiah Joe went to the Sixers, though. Yes, DeMarcus Cousins did go to the Rockets. That's interesting because I thought they were going to blow it all up, but Harden and Westbrook are still there. I agree, D. Grant. I really do. Yep. You guys signed Frank Jackson. It's like a solid backup, not going to lie. Yeah, like I like Seth Curry for the Sixers. Would you have liked Carmelo to sign for the Knicks in free agency? All respect to him, but I don't think it would have made sense. I know he was a former Knick and all, but I guarantee if he wasn't a former Knick, no one would care to resign him. But no, I like where he's at. Up and coming team, maybe the Hawks. When I think of the East, Hawks. I don't know if the Magic stay in one direction and don't get stuck in that mediocrity position and actually try to develop their players. You don't like how you got Seth Curry? You wanted Josh Richardson? I personally don't want Westbrook. Westbrook's a fantastic player. People think I'm saying Westbrook's trash, but he does need to mature his game. He's not winning a championship until he matures his game. He'll stunt the development of the other players. I'm not trying to trade up or not trying to give up young assets. I'm not trying to get a guy that stunts the development of the other players has a giant contract as well. I'm just tired of talking about Westbrook. I've talked about Westbrook like crazy. I made a whole video on Westbrook. You can check it out if you want. But no, I don't want Westbrook. I'm pretty much Westbrooked out. I've talked about Westbrook like crazy, so there's nothing else to talk about with Westbrook. Like, everything I've talked about with Westbrook is just out the table. Phoenix Suns will be a playoff caliber team. They should. They got Chris Paul. I appreciate that, John. That was my dad's names. That was my dad's name. Got any faith in Knox? Think he's talented. Think it's really mental, a confidence thing. I think he's soft though, but hopefully he's not. And he's just a very quiet person. But I don't know. He's young though. We should say we expect him this. Wait, who's your team, Kevin? Depends who your team is. All we have to give up is Randall Knox. The cutoff. Thibodeau likes like mentally tough players. I'm not sure if Lonzo's that guy though. You have 23 players on the roster. Yeah, you need to. Who would we get from the Warriors though? Yeah, he's like a McDonald's All-American quickly. He's a stud. Yeah, I've been live for 2 hours, 21 minutes. You guys are amazing. I don't regret because Trier wasn't getting minutes anyway, and he was very ball dominant and selfish. But yeah, that's why he's not on an NBA team. He's very selfish. Would Wall be a good fit? No, not a fan of that. Yeah, he passed in 2015. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Cliff. I appreciate that. Yeah, in 2015. Um, I appreciate that. Mama said, "Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm like really sluggish. Like when I have school, I'm freaking drained." But I was like, "You guys deserve a live stream. You guys are the reason I hit 1K and everything." Yeah, Knox did dunk on Ben Simmons. I'll be embarrassed if I was Ben Simmons being dunked on by Knox. Is it a good pickup? It's only 3 years, 10 million, so I don't mind it. He brings a lot of energy. He plays really hard and he could shoot, so at least that's something. We don't know. We don't know if he's truly the reason. That's what the whole storyline is. I'm 16 years old. Yeah, Knox is young. He needs time to mature for sure. Definitely needs time to mature. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. What could a Knicks good trade be? Austin Rivers was a decent pickup. I thought it was solid. If we got him for just the 1 year, I would have been more happy. But 3 years, 10 mil isn't a lot. Isn't a lot at all. So I don't mind it. We hope, man. But some players just aren't fixed like that. Karl Anthony Towns, Wiggins. Oh, of course. He coached Jimmy Butler. He's a big reason Jimmy Butler is successful. And he loves those mentally tough players. Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler. I'm like 23 or something. Yeah, I'm 16. I'm a junior. Yeah, Aaron Baines can stretch the floor more. But you don't know. Maybe he didn't want to come here. Yeah, maybe we do trade him at the deadline. That's a good point. Yeah, I know he did resign with the Celtics. Taco full. Um, yeah, I started growing facial hair in like freaking freshman year, 8th grade. Oh, that is true. I forgot about that. Originally, it was 1 year, and then the reports came out that it was 3 year. I forgot. The last 2 years are not guaranteed. That's a good point, man. I'm sorry. ISO Zoe, yep, the most overrated Nick ever because he's not on an NBA team for a reason. I wouldn't mind. Rozier only has like a couple more years left. We have some news. Wayne Ellington has agreed on a 1 year deal, 2 million, with the Pistons. Wayne Ellington's headed to the Pistons. I want to say he played for them, or I'm thinking of the Heat. Wayne Ellington headed to the Pistons. Think Desmond Jr. is going to go to the next level. We'll see. I think he's a lot to work on, to be honest. We have too many guards. Yeah, Greg. F. Wayne Ellington. Yeah, Wayne Ellington forgot how to shoot a damn basketball when he came to the Knicks. He did get better towards the end of the season, but he's a guy that can't dribble for shit. Yeah, I just talked about that MH on a 1 year deal, though. I don't think that's terrible. The truth. I'm on Twitter more. I'm on Twitter more. That was if the Magic are like to actually develop and don't win now. Yo, does anyone want to hop on the StreamYard and talk Knicks or no? Yeah, the bad boys are totally back with Plumlee, Jeremy Grant, Wayne Ellington, Suku, Killian. That's the bad boys for sure. That's just like Bill Laimbeer and Isaiah Thomas. RJ, that's such a troll. RJ will be the next Allen Iverson. Nothing like Allen Iverson. I'm not like an inside source, but I just give my thoughts on stuff. I'll type it out though. You believe in RJ? I believe in him too. We need him to break out. We need him to. If he doesn't break out, that's concerning. Where are the clouds that were saying that Knox is the next KD? Yeah, man. Yo, what's going on? How are you? Knicks hired another assistant coach. Yeah, I believe he was from the Celtics G League. He's a good defensive-minded coach. If that's who you're talking about. Don't remember his name at the top of my head. Trust no one. Vegas has Knicks as the worst team. I did see that. I don't blame them. We don't have a point guard. We're really young. We could be the worst team. You don't know. Jimmy Butler's way better defensively, in my opinion, though, John. Or at least coming in, he's better. Yeah, they are very guard heavy for sure. We have freaking Theo Pinson, Alfred Payton. We got Miles Powell. Jared Harper's on their roster. Austin Rivers, I don't think he's a point guard though. Frank, Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, I just got your follow. I thought Noel was a good pickup for a 1 year. I like his rim protection. Appreciate it. I got your follow. Ace, you want to hop on talk Knicks or no?
Dinner's ready.
Well, dinner's ready if you heard my mom. Probably heard that, my mom. You think we have a solid bench? It's young. What trades would you do for Paul George? Well, it's not realistic. So I wouldn't trade Paul George. You'll have to like give up all your young assets. Oh, it's all right, man. I'm probably gonna end this. Dinner is ready. As my mom said, I'm 16 years old, so that comes with some bad things. We have drafted a guy that is from the agency of Leon Rose. Any thoughts on that? Who Obi Toppin? I thought he was really good value at 8. Very athletic player. Needs to get better positioning himself on the defense side of the basketball. Sometimes he can be too high guarding the pick and rolls, but he can shoot the ball from the outside. Not going to say he's really great from the outside because he only attempted 2.6 a game. He had some really big time bricks, but he can put the ball on the floor. It's just the role he played at Dayton, but we hope he's an impact right away player. What's for dinner? I'm not sure. Dinner's ready. Time to go. We're not trading for Trae Young. The Hawks. I heard they're literally asking Trae Young what moves we should make. That's how much Trae Young's in control of that organization. How did I become a Knicks fan? I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but my dad was born in Manhattan, New York. He grew up a Knicks, Giants, Yankees fan. I grew up watching the Knicks with him. And yeah. We should get a point guard from the Pelicans. I agree. Baby Lonzo. We'll see. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This channel is not possible without you guys. You guys are the reason I hit 1K. Sorry if my knowledge was like really off when it came to this live stream because I'm exhausted from school. It's not an excuse. I'm exhausted from school. No, I live in New Jersey, but I'm exhausted from school. Drained, but you guys deserved a live stream because you guys are the big reason I hit 1K. So thank you to Thank you to the ones that super chatted. You guys are amazing. And don't worry, I'll be better next stream. This stream was terrible by me. This stream was terrible. Yeah, no problem. Love all you guys. You guys are awesome. You play basketball the way I used to. E-Dog, if you're in the next stream, I'll give you a mod. How about that? How about that? How about, you know what? I'll give you a mod right now. From Spain, shout out to Spain. Hope you're staying safe. I got you, E-Dog. You're a mod now. All right. Hit that like button and subscribe. Appreciate that, Mama. Again, I'm sorry this wasn't the greatest of stream. I'm sorry. We'll be better next time. I appreciate that, Prince. You don't have to sub. You being here is enough. You can sub if you want, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, E-Dog. Yeah. Any last words, guys? It was great. Well, I appreciate that. All right. Peace, y'all. See ya, Rugs, 89, New York. Next stream will be better, I'm telling you. Show me the Ranchy dog. Okay. I accidentally didn't leave. I actually just left. Now I'm leaving. All right. Peace out, guys. Appreciate the support, y'all.